Well, as we are recording, I will say happy birthday, Jason.
Woo!
34. The old man.
Old as balls.
Thanks, y'all. I'm glad to be in my mid-30s.
Me too.
I guess. Whatever.
Every year I worked overnights was actually 2 years of life, so I'm 33.
Okay.
That's how that works, right?
Dog years. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, welcome, though,
Welcome.
to the Bone. So last time, and welcome to the Bone Era, you were still in the camps. Specifically, you were about to fight Salgak, the Skull Mare, or Bone Mare, or whichever one it was. I think it was Skull Mare.
Right
Yeah.
He had 3 heads.
Yes, and you did that.
Good
there
job.
was some fighting. You discovered that there was a table in the middle that had some blueprints and stuff on it,
But
it was
couldn't
protected
read them.
by a force shield. But you eventually defeated him after some pain. He was pretty strong. And his allies and Nala knew to disintegrate the force shield around the table, and you looked at these blueprints, and they were through some investigation and whatnot, you discovered that they had something to do with Morlos specifically, something to do with all of the planes of existence, and yes, so you were conjecturing about what machine could possibly be being built and what the actual purpose is. Yes. You then took a rest, and then moved on to the barracks or the dorms of this camp, Camp Mithralor. And when you got there, Lucina's contact was being dragged out by a Death Knight and some giant skeletons to be, interrogated. Because obviously there's a battle going on and they didn't like that. But you arrived and fought and got the contact away and eventually defeated Kranich the Unclean and liberated the town or the camp to many cheers and just a lot of excitement and joyous revelry. As you look around at... Yes?
It is pretty ominous.
It was where my ears don't work, but...
Also, I'm scaled.
What's there to be afraid of?
I'm scaled and my ears don't
Yeah,
work.
we're still not afraid of things.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's
Are
true.
you sure?
Sarah is still
Are you
afraid
sure
of it.
about that?
No, we definitely are. Unless times get...
Yeah, no, should still be under the effects of the hero's feast.
Sweet.
As you look around, though, you see the soldiers gathering up and taking care of people and trying to get them food and other sort of comforts that they didn't have before that the military might have been carrying with them. They knew that they were going to be liberating camps, so they did bring supplies of that nature. But you look around, there were quite a few casualties on your side as well. Out of the 2,000 or 2,500 that you brought, you probably had some 800 casualties, meaning not death always, right? The casualty can mean injured as well. Maybe 400 dead and the other injured. But I mean, that's still well over half of this battalion is still okay, and they begin sort of gathering up and telling everybody to make camp and like clean up and help all the people out as much as we can, get rid of corpses and take care of the sick. They set up sort of tents and whatnot in addition to the buildings that are already there. They set up a place for everybody to get food, including all the soldiers. And you all are sort of left there waiting for any sort of orders and any news from assemblage. You are told by the leader of this battalion, who I never named, but the guy at the head of this battalion.
You did name because I was re-listening to the episode.
Well, I may have named him, but that was ages ago.
Because they had Heroes Feast with us, the general and the officers.
Great. What was his name?
I don't remember,
Awesome.
but it was it was in the podcast.
Hang on.
The general.
Danzin Devil.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thank
Cool.
you, Max.
So that guy does let you all know that, like, for the next day, you'll be here. Once you get news about assemblage, then we will figure out when exactly we're moving on to Benvenuto, which is in the middle. But for now, rest up and
Don't mind if I do.
take care of yourselves.
Are there any, like, of the housing dorms that seem like we could use to stay? Or
I mean, there are those. They're, disgusting.
Yeah, we just pitch in camp.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, you've got all your military camp equipment and whatnot, and the military is setting up more actually nice places. It's nicer to sleep in an okay military bed than a concentration camp bunk, I would say.
I will say, because I do have my dragon for an hour total. Like, he's just going to help out wherever's needed before he's out. That's literally it.
He lifts some stuff. He, moves
Some rubble.
supplies and rubble and whatnot, and gets rid of some corpses.
Sweet.
Very helpful. Is there anything anybody would like to talk about, etc., in the aftermath of this?
Yeah, where's Kairi?
Kairi, you look around and eventually find her sort of regaling some children with a story of how you just collapsed the mines and defeated the dragon who lived there. She's like, oh, it was quite exciting. I didn't think everybody would get out of there alive, and you know what? We didn't. But then there was some magic, I think. But I had sort of left by that point. There they are. And points at least at Lilia, if you're the one looking for her. Don't know if anyone else would be.
I mostly just wanted to make sure that she was still alive, since we didn't have eyes on her after we got out of the mines.
Yeah, she's there. She sort of waves. Hello, Lilia. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, it was a little harrowing for that bit there. How did you... I mean, I'm glad to see you got out of the mines. How did you...
I mean, I walked the other direction from where you guys were going because I assumed that you were headed towards danger, and I didn't wish to do that anymore.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Do you have someplace that you're going after this?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I will probably just follow these people to wherever they're heading. Apparently they're sending some additional people, who are not military, to help here.
Okay.
From the challenge to see where we're going next. because there are a lot of refugees, but no like centralized government to take care of them at the moment. So it's
I think that was one thing that we were so prepared for, or we weren't really prepared for what happens when we win.
yes. But I mean, I will do my best to take care of people as well, since I have some skill in that area, and we'll survive.
Yeah. Good. I think I'm going to go lay down for a little bit.
You should probably do that.
That was pretty. I'm a little drained from the last day or so. So,
Big heroic battles do that.
Yeah. Also, just like the general plight of existence. So, I'm gonna go. Glad to see you're alive. I'm gonna go.
And
take
I
a nap.
you. You head away.
Nala's pretty much just gonna make camp and get started on enchanting another arrow for the boss breaker. Shar, which type of arrow would you like me to make for you? Well, since we're dealing with undead things, I guess radiance might be the best thing for you. Okay. So yeah, I'll start working on a radiant arrow.
Okay. That's easy enough to do. You set it up in your little sort of tent area. Because there are now tents available.
Great.
We love that.
Yeah.
Tents are good.
Silver linings to casualties.
Oh.
Oof.
No. I guess at some point I'll probably try to find Kieran, considering the number of casualties that we've had.
Karen has compassion fatigue.
Yeah, no, I'm not. This is. We're going to talk about logistics.
Okay.
Because I can't
It's
possibly.
euthanasia season, so Sarah also has compassion.
Oh no. So logistically, all of these souls are still going. Like they're still
Into
like,
the pipeline.
into the pipe. Yes. Into
Not
the pipeline.
not to where they should
be going.
Yes.
Do we have any idea which stone, or if it's a stone at all, that's related to that?
Can I do some sort of arcana thing?
I mean, the only one you can think of that
It's the
would be allowed, would be
necromancy, yeah.
Yeah.
which would be Elena's.
Elena's, yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, we're
Okay.
not gonna fix that anytime soon, probably.
Last things.
Unfortunately, that one's kind of a.
This seemed like a thing you'll have to like free them at the end.
If we failed with Cinderstorm, then yeah, we would have turned up that timetable for breaking the soul contract.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well.
Yeah, that one we can't really help that
Okay.
one right now.
That's kind of what I figured. I just wanted to make sure we at least had it, that we know what, like, what's
Yeah.
what that whole
every
thing's
time that
about.
we're back in Marshtown, I go and I check in,
Okay. Yeah.
and it seems not much has changed there.
yeah.
As I'm enchanting, just looking throughout the camp, do any of the surviving individuals in the camp seem like they're going to be joining the cause? Are they pretty much just
Most of the people
kinda-
here, while they were worked hard, so they're like strong, they were malnourished as well, and they didn't get a lot of sleep and things like that. They're not really soldiers at the moment. It would take some recovery time for anybody to help.
Yeah.
Even Jack and Amelia like find you all at some point. Jack's like, "Well, that was sort of an exciting thing, yeah."
You gonna be alright?
Look, no, but I'll struggle on. Right, Amelia? Amelia's like, look, this is a shit ass time.
That
but
it
I'm
is.
glad we don't have to work anymore.
So say all of those who
Yeah.
live to see such times.
This is
Gandalf, this is a shit ass time.
Shit time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a shit time we're having, folks.
You ain't wrong.
Feels bad, man.
It sure do.
But what we're gonna do is, find our way. I live here. This is my home. So I'm hoping to rebuild and make it into something. And Jack, feel free to stay. And Jack's like, I like it here. Or I did. For a little bit.
Did they? So I'm just like looking around because I struggle to remember like locations and like exact what geographic things were. Was your town raised?
Not
Like just flattened, or did they just steal you all from it and the structures are still there?
Amelia says, and sort of gestures around. A lot of the buildings are still standing because they just repurposed them into places to store
Yeah.
additional mithril and whatnot. My house is full of the stuff. At least that wasn't shipped out.
Sounds like you could sell that.
Well, it depends on I don't know how much they managed to ship out when they had their last
Shipment.
Big.
Yeah.
thing, because we did hear that they were like
Planning
getting the
that.
last amounts out that we could, but I mean, I'm gonna go see how that's going, or how
Yeah.
my house is.
If we have time, I don't exactly know when we'll be heading out for the next part of the liberation plan. We're still kind of waiting to hear from the other camps. But when you go, it might be helpful if we could also take a look around the town, see what kind of stockpiles were left, how much mithril is left, and if there's anything that maybe we could repurpose it for.
Well, a lot of it's unrefined as of yet.
Right.
So a lot of
Same.
it was we have small smelters here before the war, but then they mostly sent all what we mined off to assemblage, where it was
Right.
smelted in large batches and then put into the bits that they were making for whatever machine it was.
Any news? What happened to the lycanthropic community?
They were part of our home for a
Yeah,
while there.
The one guy
Yeah.
And
we saw-
Extandor was
He was in the
you saw
mines, I
his
think.
Dorillo still Baron of Mirefall, or
he would have been killed before when they took over the town.
is your husband Hireshal? Is he?
I mean, he was
Didn't he really?
We
die?
saved him.
Oh, we did.
We
Okay.
removed his curse. We saved him. I
he
remember
got
that.
collapsed in the thing.
That was the kid.
I'll have to listen back.
Yeah.
Well, one of two answers to that
Don't look at
question.
me.
I had nothing to do with this. I thought we got
Either
her
he is-
husband died. Like,
Yeah, I
I
thought he
did
died too.
No, her husband was alive. The kid died.
Yeah, the kid died,
Yeah.
but the husband lived.
Well,
well,
it didn't
probably
work out.
listen.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
When your kid dies like that, it's really hard to keep a marriage together.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was said literally in that episode.
The answer is it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know where he's at, but I hope he's okay.
R.I.P. to a real one. Fair.
That was 3 years ago in real life. But yes, so if you're all sleeping in the military camp area, then do so. But
Yeah.
if I still have a house, maybe I have a place to offer you for a little while. Just depends. It'll probably require some cleaning.
You can also go stay at Alfonso's place.
Well, that was also repurposed.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, let us know when you decide to head there, and we can try to assist wherever we can.
I mean,
although-
we're headed there now.
Oh,
It's,
right now, like.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be there tomorrow too. I mean,
okay.
just come-
Maybe I'll
come
join
visit
up
us.
with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already set up camp work now.
Yeah, no, it's totally fair. Well, Jack. Jack's like, well, when we get there, I'm just going to sleep on top of whatever weird vats of mithril there is. That's going to be okay for me.
I don't know where this word is coming from, but like, it's something that feels like, I don't know, that there would be like radiation poisoning. I don't even know what radiation like is.
What's that word?
But maybe don't sleep on top
I
of
don't
mining
think it would do
materials.
that.
I mean,
But like, You don't
I was mostly being facetious,
just make it. I don't want you to like grow a third limb or something.
but I don't know, that could be pretty useful.
I don't.
He probably already has a third limb.
Ayo.
Listen, that joke happened in my head and I kept it there.
I don't have that filter that you have. Sorry, filter machine broke.
Whatever. Yeah. So I mean, I was mostly being facetious. I'm just gonna go sleep. And they gave us some food. He lifts up like a pack of. They've been packing them into like these wrapped in rags, just packets for each of the people, all the prisoners. So we've got at least that, and we can start working on rebuilding. Maybe one day when all of this is over, I can take Amelia and we can go to the ocean again for a little while, and then come back, and we'll have like a inland home. And this has given me hope for the future.
Yeah. Have you guys been to Omniasari before?
No.
When all this is over, we should like take a group vacation to Omniasari.
Like 9 of us.
Yeah, like 9 of us or more. Once we get Vidar out of the camp.
Yeah,
that's
it's
another
been
person
18
who
of
can-
us.
We can have like a whole retreat. They like us there. It's a very nice ocean side.
Don't you have that rod that like takes you to some
The security rod. Yeah.
some paradise for a while?
It's just
Or
gonna be
whatever I choose.
Omniasari.
Whatever I choose. Yeah.
Can it take you
That's
to
just
an
a
actual location, or does it like?
It takes you to a location of something of your choice. Like you create.
Omniasari.
You can create something. You can create. You can create something that's Omniasari themed, but you can't. I can't
Right,
take.
that's
It's,
okay.
yeah.
So you
I-
couldn't like take us to Omniasari.
Yeah.
But you could
take you to an enclosed
like, to like
area.
a pocket dimension that like looks like Omniasari.
There are no exits though.
You
just
and
stay
up to
there.
199 other willing creatures. You can say to a paradise that exists in an extraplanar space. Yes.
Sick.
It's a paradise rod. I've got a paradise rod.
I was about to say.
Ayo.
But it takes 10 days for it to recharge. Something like that.
It does take 10 days to recharge.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not something you can just do every day.
No, that would be insanely OP.
I'm just gonna shut myself in my little dimension for a while.
Do you know how delightful that sounds right now? Just gonna shut myself.
Yeah.
Not
I mean, if
pay
you want
attention
to, we
the
could do it
horrors of the
tonight.
outside world.
We
No,
can use it whenever.
because if I go in there, I'm not coming out.
Because it doesn't slow down time or anything. Time still would.
Yeah,
Be
no, and
passing.
if I experience paradise and relaxation at this moment, you think I'm willingly coming back
to
into
go back
this
to war.
dimension? Yeah, absolutely not. I have
Let
to
us get through this
Although
camps
maybe it'll
first.
be like soldiers coming home where it's hard to acclimate to a paradise. So actually you want
Right.
to
It's like,
go
wow,
there.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so dark. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty. The compartmentalization has been pretty severe at this point. So I feel
There'll be some therapy
Yeah.
for Tony.
Yay.
it's fine.
Probably not.
Are the vultures still circling?
Just like a daily calm
The
emotion.
vultures are still circling.
I'm
There
an
was
old
still
man, I'm not
death.
going to
It's
therapy.
still
Yeah.
a battlefield. They are people
I'm
are
not going to
cleaning
learn
up
to fix my
corpses,
mistakes at this age.
but cleaning up corpses is a long process. And they basically
Firebolt.
no, yeah,
Okay.
covering them in
Mechanisms here.
rags and making sure they're actually buried nicely. And since you are technically just soldiers, you don't know what the full plan is yet about like
we're
if there's going to be a large funeral thing.
I would wander around and do the I am death cleric, death cleric.
I will also, like,
The incense around your
Kind of shadow,
your
but
hat.
like prestidigitize
that.
around the areas that are starting to get smelly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Here we just bop bop beep 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 boop boop boop.
Then pass off.
Wow, sad. Ooh, oh no, amen.
Much cleric.
That's
Much
so,
cleric. Here
so
I go.
Then we get those awesome sermons when
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
not going to
useful.
write them all now, but Kieran would do the thing.
Yes.
We beseech thee, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we just who art not in any heaven?
Are we just
Hallowed
who art
be
in
your
her
scary
realm?
name.
Yeehaw.
Quite literally
Your
hollowed.
kingdom has definitely come.
Yeah.
Who knows
real-
what your
real
will may be,
Battle-Lot.
but it was
Yeah.
maybe done.
You could slow down your kingdom a little bit.
Things are pretty terrible.
Yeah, everything sucks, but death remains.
Amen.
Any prisoners
an
taken?
ant.
Or hear any
they-
gossip about
no prisoners taken because
Everything's dead.
the sentient ones, yeah, I mean they're undead. They either fall apart or they ran away or they were killed.
If they were
Run
killed, do
away.
they just recycle?
Well, I mean they
Possible.
Well, I meant like with the soul thing going on. Do
Oh.
they just like?
well,
There they
so
are.
it's
How many
it
tough
depends.
revolutions
So
do we get?
revenants are with their actual soul returned but undead. So their souls would then be used in the army probably. But any
Now are they, like,
actual
humanish?
undead ones, like zombies that were raised, don't really have souls. They just are magically enchanted bodies.
I mean, they'll be recycled into compost.
Yes,
technically.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they do decompose.
Well, but like, are the revenants now like humanish? They're not revenants anymore, or are they still revenants?
No, they either were killed and they would have, their soul would have gone into the line to be recruited, or they
As
have run
revenants
away
again?
and they're still revenants. No, they would have been recruited as one of the not exactly
As
undead
people.
soldiers of Morlos' army.
They're just a soul. They were chosen to be revenants, created.
Because the necromancer created them as revenants, which was a separate thing.
Well, depending on how much time before we get to
It's like, wow, my humanity's
You can't
back.
speak
This
with dead
sucks.
today, can you? There's none of the bosses like had anything like that. None of the skulls of the Skull Mare.
I mean, there are skulls of the Skullmare. Those were sentient undead beings.
I can do it tomorrow.
No, we don't need to do it today. I
well,
was-
have we found anything out about who the necromancer is? Like, who is like, obviously we know it's Sorna. Who is controlling, who has become Sorna? And
All you know is it's a Shamash necromancer of some sort.
Which
The real
you
Sorna is the friend we
did
made along the way.
hypothesize was maybe that personality or person who came out of her when you were adventuring together. As just you did talk about that.
You had at least witnessed.
right.
it
No,
happen before.
I just mean like, do we know being able to research more about this figure, if there's anything written about them in history, especially if they are like adjacent to, like having like demigod-esque powers. That it is something that feels like, if I'm remembering correctly, which I very well might not be, the last time like we heard, or like with the things that we know about Shamash, is that like this is a relatively timeless individual, or at least has been around for a pretty long time.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an Arcana check or a religion check.
Sure. I don't think it's a god. I think it's
No, it's more Arcana-y or religion-y. Sort
yeah.
of.
It feels like
Depends on which
somebody
one you
who
roll.
has ascended slightly past their own mortality,
Yeah.
but is not a god. Nice. You said Arcana or religion.
Yeah, and tell me which one you're doing.
Well, I think it's going to be the same regardless. Yeah. So that's 23.
Right, but which one are you doing? Because it depends on what answer you get.
I'll do Arcana.
Okay, Arcana, you know that mages who wish to can stay alive for a very long time and become very powerful by becoming a lich. That's pretty much the closest that you can think of would be possible. Why this lich can now inhabit a body like that, you assume it's because of whatever curse Shamash put on Sorna, which was a thing that happened in the story, in her backstory that she told you. Because she pissed him off.
Right. So basically, the Shamash individual is a lich who
Most
also
likely.
cursed Sorna.
Well, the god cursed Sorna.
Right.
The
Okay.
necromancer was a dude who was like a follower of Shamash and now lives inside Sorna somehow and is probably a lich
Okay.
because it's the only thing that could be that powerful.
Right. Sorry. This is just us being confused. Shamash is the god.
He's a god, yes.
The necromancer
Was
is
a
the
dude. Yeah.
Great. Shamash placed the curse on Sorna.
And somehow that combined this dude with Sorna and
Great.
gave him some control over her.
And that necromancer, as Natasha, because Lucina's not here right now, that was the one that killed Sorna's parents, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a loyal servant of Shamash. Yeah. Yep.
What's the camp food like tonight?
It's acceptable.
Yeah.
Not great. It is rations, and they had to spread it out for all the people who they, and they are borrowing what food was given to them anyway, and just trying to make it spruce it up a bit, because they had to be getting food for the prisoners anyway, so there was some.
I'll use a ration pack and add a little bit of Omniasari flair into my food.
Nice.
Cameron, can we say that Lucina happens
I deserve
to have,
it. Big day.
happens to have some good berries on her to try to give it to people who look like they really need it?
Did you have good berry prepared?
No, but maybe cast it before. Like, it's not. I'm not using it for me. It's just to make some of the kids feel full.
I mean, you didn't have it.
Okay, that's fair. No, I just wanted to check. That's fine.
That is... it would have been interesting, but
Yeah. Oh
you
well,
didn't have
hindsight.
it ready. You were planning for battle, less taking care of people. The evening goes on. Yep.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, Lucina. We don't need to RP this, but Lucina would try to find Valak and make sure he's all right.
You find him. He is. He is.
Give me back the mace.
Amongst a few other people, who he was, helping out, and who were looking to him for information of the outside world anyway. And he says, Lucina, it is great that you survived this ordeal. Thank you for freeing me and everybody here. We all thank you very much. And they're like, oh, thank you so much.
I mean, it wasn't just me. I mean, lots of people helped. I'm glad to see you're all right. I know it was getting dicey back there.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but we made it through. And now we're eating some of the food that the soldiers brought, and now we can move forward. I just wish we knew what happened in the other camp.
Hopefully we should hear soon. Johanna did tell me they would try to contact us at some point because she has magic for that. So here's hoping we'll hear soon.
I'm afraid to sending them because I don't want to interrupt them in battle.
I kind of feel like they're going to contact us once they're done, Yeah. Or perhaps...
I really want to bother Nathaniel without vomiting.
Yes.
About
Or
that
we
in
can...
particular?
What?
About
That's actually
vomiting
a
in
good point.
particular?
No, I don't want to throw up when I
okay.
contact him anymore.
Sorry, I misheard that. Sorry.
Knowing... That reminds me, because there's that magic field, right, Cameron, that made it hard to contact people in here. Can Lucia, knowing that and knowing that we're going to have to try to contact with Johanna's group, can I look to see if I can disrupt the field that's here?
It does seem to have been disrupted
does?
with the
Okay.
death of the 3 leaders.
Okay, gotcha.
Some amount of their whatever, because that's also like the many of the undead like raised ones fell apart when all of them died too. So there was like some magic of all 3 of them keeping it all up.
Good deal.
The evening goes on, and you sit there anxiously in various places throughout the camp. Eventually, you see one, or you see the general, who I've already forgotten his name again.
What is it? Danzin Devil.
Danzin.
General Daggle.
Danzin, there he is. Yeah, so you see General Davil come out and speak to some of his like sergeants and lieutenants and whatnot. And they start disseminating information, and eventually one runner comes up to your group and says, "Assemblage has been liberated."
Woohoo!
We don't know much, some casualties, but we came out ahead.
That's wonderful news. Who do you know who sent you that message?
Apparently it was Johanna herself. And then he rushes off to go continue disseminating the information. So you receive the information that assemblage was anyway liberated with casualties, but you don't know anything else besides that because it was a 25-word sending spell.
All right. Well, I can rest easy on that.
Depending on spell slots, please give full list of deceased in alphabetical order.
In order of importance.
In alphabetical order. Starts just living random soldiers.
Yeah.
All right. Alfred, James.
6 sending spells
Arnold.
later. Am now tapped out.
We haven't
Ends
gotten
at the
through
R's, so we still don't get to hear about Stein.
Yeah, obviously.
Last list of 25 names. I guess 12. Unless you take first and last names.
Well, because also the casualties that they're talking about are probably only the soldier casualties, not the casualties of the camp itself.
I mean, chaos of war.
Yes. So if there's not anything more you'd like to do this evening,
Nothing really.
I
you
would
all...
like to I think we're all wanting to
Yep,
sleep
totally.
so
Do any
hard.
crafting? Make any
No, I
potion?
think this would not be a craft.
Honk shoe.
Doing your little crafts
Horrors
after
of war. Now
liberating
I'm
a-
just gonna weep, beep, beep, beep.
See, I just saw Shar like break almost all the bosses. I'm like, all right, she needs some more arrows.
But you head to bed.
You promise.
I do.
Head
It is
to-
a fantasy
Yay.
world.
Head to cot.
Lilia.
Oh, what? What?
We'll wait.
Do I get visited by a dream thing or by a horrible god thing?
Horrible god.
I get 2 dreams tonight.
You get a good dream, but at what cost?
2 for the press.
Well, I was like, fingers crossed for like the dream spell dream, but that's okay if that doesn't happen.
Because yeah, Johanna has that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You awaken, or you feel like you awake, in a... It's a scene a la Aragorn in Lord of the Rings' dream when he fell off a cliff. That it is a good dream.
To fall off the cliff. Sorry, just...
He took a little tumble off the cliff.
Tell us what happened and I shall ease your passing. Yes, so you awaken on a fainting couch.
the
On sort of a raised platform with 4 pillars.
Therapy.
It's very pleasant here. Butterflies are floating around.
immediate suspicion. Does it feel familiar? Like
Yeah,
okay.
this is similar to another one
Yeah.
that Johanna did before. And you see a figure as you open your eyes sort of blearily. You see a figure of a nice figure of a feminine being leaning on one of the pillars and looking out into the distance. And in the distance here is that you're surrounded in like this really pleasant forest. She turns around and looks at you and says, hello there. And as she turns, you see that she's got like her eyes fully closed and she's been scratched over it on her right eye.
Oh shit. Hot. My number one goal working with cats.
Oh God, just one face cover.
How did you get on?
I mean, I'm pretty okay. I walk over and I just touch like the side of her face.
Yeah, this is sort of a dream version of it, so luckily that doesn't smart very much, but apparently in this spell I create basically what I look like, and
Well,
I need to figure out how to manipulate myself and make myself even hotter.
I mean-
Although this may work.
this is like pretty. I'm mostly the scarring will once the
pretty gross right
blood
now,
like goes
yeah.
away, but the scarring like will look real hot. I'm mostly worried about underneath
Yeah,
and
as
the
am I.
eyeball itself. Are you?
Trust me, I'm worried about it. We're tending to it, but it was some sort of magical claw. So we're doing our best
Well,
to deal with it.
I have seen Kieran do something absolutely
Disgusting.
gut-wrenchingly horrid, but helpful in which he regrew Wynn's entire eyeball.
Great.
I hated watching it.
Well,
but
if that is necessary, I will ask Kieran for that.
yeah, so there's there's hope. But I mean, we don't have to touch the scarring if you don't want to. I mean,
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to keep the scars.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty
scars are
cool.
great.
Anyway, I'm obviously here for a reason.
yeah, I know.
Mithril went fine.
As fine as could be expected. I mean, I think considering everything we were coming into, the casualties were honestly pretty minimal.
Yeah, ours were rough.
Is there anyone down we should know about?
Nigel was injured, but he should be fine. We found in the prisoner camp area Veneer, our old member of Resistenza. He had passed. Fortunately, he was killed in the fighting. Yeah.
the tiefling.
Shit.
Damien from Resistenza is still alive.
Woo! Great. Okay.
And you had that author guy.
Yeah.
Since I figured you cared about him, I did want to let you.
I would.
Parts of your party really cared about him.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Look, sometimes your
Lily
friends
is
are
like,
into stuff that
Not
is-
me. Do not.
But
not
yes, I would
subscribe.
love to know if he's alive.
He
or not.
is.
I would
He
like
is
the rest
quite
of the
injured,
fucking
but he.
Okay.
We will see if he makes it.
Oh no. We need to go right now.
So I'm going to lie to them.
Oh no.
I mean, we're bringing him, and because we hope to. It's difficult to know what to do with all the refugees.
Yeah, that we're dealing with the same issue.
There are some people in Marshtown who were sort of prepared to sort of help, but the problem is logistics. And the Druid Grove is it still there?
It's permanent for a year.
Great. So the Druid Grove exists as a place to like bring some people.
Would the Tiamat temples help?
If they weren't super far away, the problem is any way of getting them faster.
It's a pain
But
in the ass,
interestingly, that author guy, he did provide us with. Let's see if I can conjure it in this dream. And he goes, and it's
Oh my God.
the Dimensions and Doorways Part 2 book.
What?
Yeehaw!
And this, apparently, with the right materials and stuff, can allow you to create sort of a temporary, a semi-permanent teleportation circle. So it'll last for like 3 weeks instead of having to cast it every day for a year.
Yeah.
So that might help but we have to get people places to do that. So it's logistics, but it'll take some time.
Right.
And then she unconjures it in the dream, vanishes. Or rather, you blink and suddenly it's gone because it is a dream.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to read it anyways.
Yeah. And we couldn't read it either, so we're hoping to bring him
Well,
along.
Yeah, well, and I know Nala's managed to
Nala's
make
just tossing and turning in her sleep, and she doesn't know why.
cuts to Nala, just like wakes up in a cold sweat. Well, I know she's made her way through at least one of the books and has been itching to get her hands on this one. We've
Well,
looked in
good.
libraries all over the place for it.
Then we will hopefully bring the author and the book to where we're headed next.
Great.
We are meeting up. I'm going to let the general know that we're meeting up outside of Benvenuto in a few days.
Okay.
I need to see how long it will take to march there, but I think it's a 2-day trek to Benvenuto. Something like that.
From assemblage, yeah.
And from Mithril should be roughly the
Roughly about
same
the same,
because
okay.
it's right in the middle of all of them.
Right.
But we're not expecting as much resistance from Benvenuto. Basically, we should be able to walk in and have just superior numbers. They were apparently using the outside camps as more of like they were the wall.
Right. The only thing about Benvenuto, that is where the necromancer is, yes?
No.
Oh, shit.
Can't be meant
Why
to.
are there so many of these?
Well, they had this very interesting sort of logistical plan, and it was all bureaucracy and
Yeah, it's just the names. I can't. There's so many names. Okay, so
Benvenuto was the intake, basically.
Right.
All of
Okay.
the prisoners went there and then were split up amongst the various camps.
And all the mages went to the other one.
Went to Cambiamento to the east.
Biamento. Aha. Now I'm seeing where I'm getting this up.
Cambiamento is the story for change. which
Biamento
apparently
and
is-
Benvenuto.
Benvenuto is in the center.
I will mix those up every time.
That's fine.
I think we've had one.
Yeah, I
It's
just don't know what
I
happened.
can
It was
open it up
only a
again.
paper map.
Those
yeah.
words have the same consonant at the beginning, and they flow the same. So in my brain, they are the
They have
same
a different
word.
consonant. It's a B or a C.
No, I know it.
Wait,
I
it's a
know
B
you
or a
mean.
what?
A C. Cambiamento.
Oh, camp. So here's how I hear it. I hear Camp Biamento.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
that's also what I heard.
and then so there's Camp Biamento to me,
no,
and
no,
then
no, no.
Benvenuto.
Cambiamento.
So Camp Cambiamento.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And Camp Benvenuto.
And Camp Benvenuto.
That's exactly right.
So this is the problem about being like, having your ear trained in music first rather than words. You hear the melodies of things and you can't distinguish between them.
Liana says yes, so the idea is to then stage and sort of get some reinforcements to Benvenuto before marching east to Cambiamento and taking on the final one, and that will be the most resistance, but that's why we're combining both of the battalions
forces at
plus
that
some more recruits,
Yeah.
reinforcements. That's going to be a big fight. Yeah. And I can tell you straight up that yours and my job will be to just take out the big
Yeah. I'm already I wanted to be able to do more research on the god Shamash, but I don't know much about him, and I honestly was more focused on the stones and kind of forgot about Shamash as an individual.
Yeah.
Just to know,
He's just the sort of bad death god,
yeah.
the one who revels in it rather than accepts it as sort of just a neutral thing.
The difference between a gentle death and a violent death.
Yeah.
It's totally not taken from anything. Yeah. So I don't know enough about him, but I do know the problem that we're probably going to run into is I do know.
I forgot I didn't actually show you it.
Oh, thank you.
I was like looking at this going, they can see that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Building something. I do know that for Cambiamento, if there's a way, I do want to try to figure out how to separate the necromancer from Sorna
I mean,
without
it's,
killing her.
I am a big fan of saving as many people as we can.
Well,
so-
because if we can save her, she'll be a huge asset as well. And also just somebody who never deserved this.
yeah,
So,
I appreciate that you're looking out for people like that.
yeah.
Now, I have a bunch of time left in this dream. I know you're tired.
Well, also, I know you don't get to sleep when you're using this.
That's technically correct.
Yes, it is. And for somebody that may or may not have one less eyeball, perhaps
Yeah, I guess I should go to
your
sleep.
body should need some rest. I am so happy to see you, and I'm so happy to know that you survived. But I also would like you to be able to survive again.
That makes sense. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
And I will see you in a few days at the staging ground outside of Benvenuto.
Yes, I will do. And if you can, try to keep me updated on Nathaniel Stein's condition, because if he doesn't make it, I'm going to have to plan
Break the
how
news.
I'm going. Yes, how to delicately tell my team. They're very committed to this man that they have never met.
We've met.
We did. When did we meet him? We
traveled with him in the caravan.
Caravan.
Oh, listen.
Like forever.
Again, this is like
Bloody outrage.
This is like Ben's Lil Sebastian. Like,
Yeah,
it's
literally.
like, I do not
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like, I just don't.
I
He's
was
an author.
I was with Ben as well. With
Yeah, it's like I just
watching
don't
that
get
show.
it.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess we did meet him.
I mean,
but
small horses are fine.
yeah,
they're fine.
I mean, that's it.
yeah, authors who focus on the Beastlands are fine. He's okay, although the dimensions always think it's pretty sick. It's pretty cool. So I will let them know at least that there's access to that and that Nathaniel's condition is still unknown.
Great. Well, I will see you soon.
See you soon.
She dream kisses you, and then the dream fades, and you fall into whatever dreams you might have, or you're too exhausted to have those at the moment. I don't know how it works with your.
Say
with Lilia's
most
body.
times when you're very exhausted, you kick into REM state faster,
Real
so you
fast.
have more dreams.
Depends on if you remember them, but yes,
I feel like unfortunately Lilia has very good recollection of
Yeah.
her dreams.
they're all PTSD
They're right now
nightmares.
very bad. They're real bad.
The morning comes.
I get to remove one of my curse stones, right?
You do.
Ever closer to healthy.
Yeah, I only have -3 now.
You have 3 to everything.
Yep.
I need to grab a map because I need to measure, because I forgot to do that, how long it actually is from Mythlore to Benvenuto. So I'll be right back. All right. So, we are back in some capacity anyway.
Woohoo.
As you wake up, the soldiers have information disseminated to you again. This time it is talking about when you will be leaving. There will be a buffer day because, or actually you guys have a couple extra days. The assemblage people, it'll take them 4 and a bit days to get to Benvenuto. It is actually farther away than Mythlore. And for you all, it will take you 2.5 days to get there. Because of logistics and taking care of the dead and stuff, it's 1 extra day. So 5 days from assemblage. So for you all, it'll be also 5 days, but you won't start walking until midway through the 3rd day. Because it's 2.5 days for you all to get to where you need to go.
And honestly, if we want to go faster, I do have an ability to make us be like the wind.
The entire army?
Well, I was just saying for our group.
Oh.
I was no, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Oh, why didn't I do that for the first battle? Darn.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
That might be helpful. That might be helpful once we get closer to Camp Benvenuto.
Yeah.
So that way we can well, but also if we want to be part of if we can be like the little strike team, kind of how we were last time, and try to take out some of the bosses before the main battalion gets there.
Yeah, that would be a easier magical task than turning us all into animals. Though animals are more adorable.
I mean, I would much prefer to be like the wind than be an animal.
That's fair.
I can't talk as an animal, and I
Can't talk
kinda
as the
need
wind
to
either.
talk as a wind.
We were adorable as squirrels. I have to say that, though.
We were
That was-
adorable squirrels, but
I'm
will
always
say-
adorable, okay?
Yes, Kieran, we all know that. The whole world of Kintovi knows that.
I will say, just for logistics for the spell, it is wind walk. Instead of, an action turning in and out of animals, it would be a minute to change in and out, but you would have control over it.
Yes.
But yeah, just logistics.
And you can travel a huge distance.
Oh yeah, huge.
It's very fast.
That's awesome.
A creature has a flying speed of 300 feet.
Sick.
And on your turn, you use... In combat, it's a dash action as well. So it's 300 and then you dash.
Yeah, it's not really a combat
600
spell, though,
feet
but yeah.
per 6 seconds is pretty quick. So
Yeah. The only thing it's not really a combat spell because, it takes a minute to change in
to
and out
change
of.
back,
But yeah.
yeah. As they discovered in campaign 1 of Critical Role.
Yeah. But
When Marisha did not read her spells. But there are a lot of them.
I have so much more respect for Marisha. Like, I did already, but oh my god, druids are hard. As someone who's only played a druid now at 15th level and 8th level, basically.
Yes. But so, around the camp for this first day, they set up for a large military funeral, basically. There is sort of triage, a sort of infirmary set up for the wounded. but due to a large number of clerics, especially thanks to not only Kieran, but also various other clerics and the Tiamat clerics are all there, healing people is actually relatively easy.
Mass cure wounds, mass cure wounds, mass cure wounds.
Because that also,
Sorry.
in this universe, it fixes broken legs and shit too. So it's
Mass
like,
cure wounds.
And Lucina does have regenerate, so if anyone's really, really bad off, she'll try to regenerate them. If
and
they
there
want.
are
Kieran
a few
also has
people who
regenerate.
like lost limbs and things.
If they want it back or not, it's up to them. But
It's
yeah.
up to them. Most of them say
goes to
yes.
growing.
please.
I'd like to give my hand back. Yes.
I'm not. I haven't learned how to function
Yes, I
without
was
this
not-
yet.
I
So
was
please
not
give it
born
back.
like
I was
this.
always left-handed, so lucky.
But yes, so you aid in that, regenerating and
For sure.
curing and all that. And
Is my name.
throughout this day, you heal quite a lot of people. And then in
Here
the
I
middle
go
of the
curing
day,
the
there is
wounded.
the military funeral where General Davil stands there and says, "We are here on a seat of victory. But victory did not come without a price. And all lives are precious, and it is dreadful whenever anyone dies. Those fighting here were fighting to save people and to make the world a better place. And we respect their sacrifice. And in proper old world military fashion, we will have a marching salute." And there's a whole ceremony of the generally Distori military prior to when it all went bad. But they do a big ceremony with marching and saluting with swords and things like that. And eventually burying each one in a plot of land outside of the camp, specifically at the base of the mountains. Everybody who is in the military is tasked with helping dig holes, as that is many, but is many hands make light work, and what ceremony can be done for this many people is done for this many people. And then you are told to carry on with whatever you're doing, training, resting up, for in, a couple more days, we are heading out.
You can add that radiant arrow to your inventory today.
Over the next 2 more days,
Lilia, over 2 days, you can add a radiant arrow to your
Hell yeah.
bolt.
Tanks.
I will say, at the end of each day, for starting, the day after the battle, at the end of the day, whatever spells Lucina has left, she's gonna just spam cast Goodberry to give to people.
Okay, great.
Like, I'm not keeping it on me; it's just to give to people here.
Hell yeah, you keep people well nourished. They are surprised by the nourishment of a single bead of squishiness. I imagine they're like boba.
Yeah, I imagine them like little blueberries or the purple berries from the game Everdell.
Sure.
Like squishy like that.
Is there anything you all would like to do or roleplay in the next 2 days before the army marches out? Any spells you'd like to cast? Anything?
I would definitely touch base with Ernesto, but,
Let him know you're alive.
catch up. I'm
Yep.
still not dead.
Great. That's good. I'm glad you're
And
not dead.
Tim as well. Still not dead. Love you.
Love you too. He is also not dead.
Lilia, would you have told us?
Did he say that? Did he say love you?
Yes, he did.
Tim did?
He's said I love you a bunch of times to you.
Viceroy Pim?
Oh no! I thought you said. I only heard you were contacting
Oh,
Ernesto.
yeah, I said I would contact Ernesto, and then I said I would also
Oh no!
contact
Viceroy Prim
just try to
doesn't.
sneak it in there.
Viceroy Prim doesn't answer back.
He peppered in some I love yous.
I was right. Him has changed his
stunned.
mind.
No, he doesn't answer back.
He's dead.
Lilia,
You shut your mouth.
after that dream, would you have told everyone the situation?
No.
Yes.
No?
What did
Okay.
What did you say, if anything?
Oh, I'm not saying anything until somebody asks again. The one thing that I will say, and this will be in a private conversation with Nala, is I will just let her know. Johanna did contact me the other night and let me know that she has access to
Dimensions and
Dimensions and Doorways Part 2.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
Yes. So, I think we'll be meeting up with them again once we hit Camp. I'm looking at it. My brain goes. I can't pronounce that.
The camps, yes, the next destination.
Yeah. So you might actually get some more reading material. Though Lord knows when you're gonna have time to read.
I was about to say, I don't know when I'll be able to, but who knows? But that's such good news. Thank you, Lilia.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always at least a little something to look forward to.
I feel like I'm missing something.
I don't know what you would possibly be missing.
So, but Lucina would know about the travel plans overall because that's
That would have been talked throughout the whole military would have had to know. And you do see in the next couple of days various spells of teleportation, people arriving who are not soldiers here to help out, aid workers here to help out from Marshtown.
Yeah. Well, if anyone would like, I do have transport plans available if you want to go in and out anywhere and wind walk, but it's whatever our plans are. We definitely need to meet up with Johanna.
Yeah, although judging because of travel plans, we might get to Camp Benvenuto slightly. Like we'll try to time it where we arrive at the same time. But
of course. Yeah, we need to be there a certain time, but
also they're anticipating that one's going to be a slightly easier one to overtake.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be Cambiamento that's the problem.
Yeah.
With the Bone Castle.
The Bone Castle. So Kieran, would you be able to talk to Ouijas at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be able.
I just have some questions regarding Shamash and the curse he placed on Sorna.
Do I know anything about Shamos?
Make a religion
Also
check.
does Lucina.
Make a religion
First
check.
time Lucina's hearing the name of my spells page.
By the way, it is Augo now, which is
Augo.
the August month.
I thought you were correcting the name of Shamash, and I was like,
Excuse
do not give me another name.
He's known by many names.
I hate that.
No, it is the 8th month.
Okay, great.
21.
I rolled to 17, but because of my negatives from death, it's, well, depending on what day it is. If it's the current day right after, it's a 15.
Okay. You know Shamash is a death god, but you're much more a nature religion person, so death god seems less cool than Ouijas in this way.
Oh, yeah.
She is pretty cool.
Yeah, revels in death, right. You got a what, Kieran? 21. A 21 is pretty good. You know, sort of a rival of Ouijas because of their philosophies on death and how to treat it.
We hate
being very different. Yes, Shamash looks to sometimes create death or even in doing so fight against it as a natural occurrence. It's because he has like necromancers who stay alive forever, but also they kill a lot. So it's this weird dichotomy of death in all its forms, or even undeath, and is part of his religion. Whereas Ouijas likes it as more of a natural. It is a natural thing that happens and a necessary part of life. Yes, much more neutral about it.
So
dislike.
So we don't like him.
No.
Obviously.
No.
Is it like similar to like the Bahamut and Tiamat situation?
No, he actually sucks.
But Bahamut actually sucks.
but Bahamut is known to not suck.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Bahamut
this guy,
is revered.
so Shamash sucks and people know that he sucks.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
and
well
we
known
just
as
is
a
like
sucker.
More widely accepted that
we
he
just
sucks.
is like a nice, like like everyone dies, but at least there is somebody looking out for you.
taking care of you.
She's nice,
She's a nice lady.
nice lady.
She's a nice lady. At least so I've been told.
Shamash controls death and undeath in all of its horribleness and revels in it.
Rude.
Great.
But I can still ask her.
Well, yeah, I'm more curious because I'm curious about like, what
How'd that happen?
What is the curse that he put on Swana other than to make her lost all the time? Mm-hmm. And how did she get combined with the necromancer? So I don't know if like this specific, because I know that sometimes we just doesn't like to answer you specifically and can be cryptic. So trying to get the question as specific as possible. Like, what did Shamash do to Sorna to combine her with the necromancer? I don't know if that's the right words, but
I mean, if we want to try again, I do have divinating abilities. By the way, can you tell me? I know Johanna told me this necromancer is a friend of yours, but can you give me the details? And I assume you give me the details in general.
yeah. Well, just we
Broad strokes.
The necromancer has inhabited the body of the mage we know as Sorna.
Okay.
Sorna traveled with us when we were in Exim. She's delightful. And the last time we saw her was she was in the Fey realm and she decided to stay there, and we had to continue on the tasks that we were doing in the Fey realms. And then once, either she managed to get out of the Fey realms before we did or something, but when we came back, we found that she was the necromancer now and in control of Camp Cambiamento.
And all the camps.
And all the camps.
Yeah.
So, but the necromancer is not her. She's...
It's using her body.
Yes. And I'm assuming siphoning her powers as well, because she was quite strong. And I don't believe her strength was necessarily the necromancer's due. Or I guess that's did we ever get any sort of...
we can ask
The magic was
vibes.
very different.
Okay, yeah. So she was strong in her own right. And at one point we saw, I think, a bit of the necromancer slip out. But it felt like a different being entirely and a different source of energy entirely. So she's strong in her own right, and I wouldn't be surprised if the necromancer was siphoning whatever powers that girl has.
Well, Kieran and I can try to both get more information in each of our own ways.
I mean, if you both want to try, I won't stop you. I was asking about the Ouija because didn't know if there was insider information in the death realms.
Well, yeah, I think we
Like part of the same trade,
yeah,
Reddit thread.
we just definitely might know more. It's just if we
Discord channel
the Discord, yeah.
for death.
if we want more information besides Kieran, what you can provide or what capabilities you cast, I can do it as well. As long as
Sure, yeah. I mean, like I said, I will not say no to more information.
So, what would you like to
Let's workshop this question. So the thing that I want to know is...
Well, because divination is specifically something to occur within.
Yeah, I was
7
just
days.
looking at that.
Yes.
Oh,
I do have the
I think there
other
are
one.
other ones, right?
Yeah, I have the other one that is like the yes or no question one.
Yeah, I think divination is just the most powerful thing I have for knowing shit.
So maybe divination would be better to use the closer we are to Cambiamento. And then, because then the question we could ask is, how do we separate Sorna from the necromancer?
or any tactics we should use.
Yes.
So you've got divination, yes, is within an activity within 7 days. So if you wanted to ask anything about the curse, that wouldn't be very useful.
Right, okay. So I don't know what had the
could
time
get
limit.
yes or no questions. Or answer yes or no questions.
So I guess one of the questions that we could ask if we're doing a yes or no question is Sorna still... Well, I don't know how to phrase this. Is Sorna still herself somewhere within the necromancer? Does Sorna still have her own mind and is trapped, or is she just vanished? Because that'll change our tactics for when we fight.
Yeah.
Because if Sorna's not in there anymore, then we're just going to have to get over our connection that we previously had to her and understand that that's not her. But if she still exists in there,
Make sure we
then
don't
it's
kill her.
separating them.
Yeah.
I
That's a
might
good question.
have something that can help, but I would need to have more information to know for sure.
What information would you need?
Well, I'm not sure if it would work. It depends on how they're bonded together, but if the necromancer is fully present in her mind, I can, after our adventures in high school, I was struck with a spell that made me almost forget who I was completely. I now have that capability. So if I can cast it on the necromancer, if he's the main one, maybe that could give Sorna a chance to take over. Again, I don't know the nature of this.
I don't know the nature of how they're combined, and I also don't know the nature of the mind that if you destroy all of it.
Well, it doesn't destroy all of it, just
I think I know what you're talking about, and I've had that happen to me too, and it completely incapacitated me.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if it siphons the consciousness or the brain.
Exactly, which is why I said need more information.
Yeah. And that's just, not necessarily knowing psychology of various creatures.
I also have scrying, which may or may not be.
But it's fun to use.
Not for me, it's not.
Fuck it, you'll be fine.
I really do enjoy watching you cast it.
Yeah, it's all that pouring.
It's really
It's that
relaxing
thing
to
you
watch.
say when you start it that I find particularly poetic. Mm-hmm. Just write it down somewhere.
Is it the da-da-di-di-di?
Yeah.
The things that
The
have
way-
not yet.
Things that were, things that are.
La da da dee dee
La 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 dee dee dee.
Hey, Macarena.
So, okay,
We all
wait,
taught
You guys so much magic.
what do you wait? So what's the thing that you do that's the yes and no that we just commune? Because that might still be helpful. I mean, we're kind of doing jack shit around here. So
And
we have a couple days.
Speak for yourself. I'm healing all of the time.
Yeah, the doctor is
That's
in.
fair. The
I'm
doctor.
curing the wounded and praying with the wounded and
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm
I mean,
making arrows.
Comforting
Shark-
the
Shark
wounded.
can help with that too, 'cause
I have
she's
also
got,
been
you know,
helping
lay on
cure
hands.
people and also
You
giving
got that?
people,
Yeah.
being
Nala's like, I blow stuff up.
inspiring the healers.
Win just says toughen up, buttercup.
Speaking of which, does
Run it
anyone have a
off,
berry?
champ.
slamming people on the back with his fist. You're gonna be great. Just like,
So, what are you doing?
communing.
All right, you're communing.
I just want to know how much of Sorna's left in there, or if there's any left in
Perfectly
there at
reasonable
all.
thing.
Yeah.
That could be a good first question.
What's our plan of attack here?
I'm just like, how do I
get, do we get her back if we kill her? Ooh, would be a good
that's
yes or
a
no
good
question.
another question. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Smart.
So
So that way we know either don't kill her or
like, if we kill her and then bring her back,
Yeah.
will it be Sorna, or will
Yeah.
it be this necromancer fellow?
For when I do cast commune, I get 3 questions.
Yep, 3
Okay,
questions.
So I guess it would be: is she still in there? If we kill her, will we get her back? And then, what would you like the third one?
Well, I guess it depends on what they say to the second question, right?
yeah.
Let's hear the answer.
Do we have to be like rapid fire with this, or can we like take
It
our
is
time?
1 minute.
Yeah, I have to ask
Okay,
yes
let's
in a
plan
minute.
ahead.
Okay,
All
well
right,
then
all
if
right,
they
all
say that no, we don't get her back if we kill her, is that because
She's
Can
but that should be answered by the first question.
yes. Yeah.
So if we cannot get her back, I think
We send her on her way.
I mean, this also would depend on the first. We have to have like a flow chart.
Yes.
Because depending on the first question, if
up
we
twine.
don't get her back, if we
Kieran's
kill
sweating.
her, then the next question will be, can we get her back without killing her?
Yes.
And if we can get her back with killing her, the question will be, do we have to separate them before we bring her back to life?
we write this down?
Yeah, we should write
Yes.
this down.
Make a tree chart.
Because I
Please
forgot
say
to
yes.
For the love of
Then
God,
ask
write
this
it
question.
down.
If they say
All
no,
right.
then ask this
So
question.
for the first...
An if-then flowchart, yeah.
Oh, God. Don't bring coding into this. I will code all the time.
flow chart.
Okay, so the first question, and I want to get these as specific as possible because I know that we just can sometimes. I mean, these are yes or no questions, so hopefully.
Yeah.
But we want to know for sure what the yes, or
yes.
no is an answer to.
So,
Yeah.
is Sorna still present within the necromancer's possession?
um,
That doesn't make
Perhaps
sense.
within her body.
Yeah.
Yes.
God says from the.
We just is.
we need all the help we can get.
That I should ask it this way.
We're a bunch of planning
So,
fuck-ups.
is Sorna's mind still present within her body? Is that what, or just is Sorna still present within her
Sorna.
Or
body?
is Sorna. I think Sorna, yeah.
Okay, great. Is Sorna still present within
I think that's
her?
enough. Like,
Knock, knock. Anybody home?
Okay.
Selfish.
All right. So, if yes, the next question is, if we kill her,
Does she come back?
can
Questions only we ask.
if we kill her and then resurrect her,
Yeah.
do we get her back?
For sure.
Her
Yeah.
Only her back.
with
Only her
italics.
back. Yeah, like, we got to be very particular.
Okay, so if we kill her and then resurrect her, do we get Sorna and only Sorna back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And is Sorna still present within her body? If we get no as that answer,
Then I
do
guess
we
it
get her
doesn't matter.
then I guess we could ask two other questions that are totally
We can
unrelated.
ask we can ask if we can retrieve Sorna's soul. If we're doing for that, if you want Sorna specific.
Maybe that should be the first question. Or no,
Well,
that should be the second question. Yeah, you're
you
right.
can do
yeah.
something Sorna's soul specific because she does seem like a
Yes,
great
that's-
ally and friend of yours. Or maybe a yes or no question about tactics of the necromancer. Either of those could be good for the last two questions if that's the
Or
case.
defenses that we can expect?
Yes. Well, no, it's a yes or no
because
question.
It's a yes or no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Can we expect heavy defenses?
Yes, you can.
The
I
answer
will
is
say
yes.
I did do
I'm
some
gonna
scouting.
go out
There are
on a
heavy
limb and answer
defenses.
yes.
No.
Yeah,
No.
crazily, no, they're letting you walk right
It's gonna
in.
be very shit.
Do you know what they're building?
So the question of if we
Yes.
kill her,
That's very helpful.
yes, is it something scary?
Yes.
Okay, so
It is a skull
Will
castle.
Pym ever return my affections? No.
No.
okay, so if we kill her and
I'm
then
wooing him slowly.
I really need to work. We need to create a different definition, working definition for what wooing is.
I'm friendship wooing.
Will he join my
Kieran? I'm like,
throuple?
Kieran, do we have to have a conversation?
I'm friendship. We're enemies to lovers arc.
Oh boy.
I don't think there's any self-awareness in an enemies to lovers arc, though. You know, like it's
Here's the thing: for enemies to lovers to work, you need to be alive for that. And I'm pretty sure Viceroy Prim is not. Yeah.
Viceroy Pym's alive.
He better be alive.
Well, I was talking about him putting a hit on you.
Oh, right.
yeah,
That's fair.
that's fair.
But if I deliver myself to him as a sacrifice,
This is so sexy.
I mean, I've
will
written
deliver
enemies to
myself
lovers where one of
chained
them
up
is a
to
ghost.
his bed
So.
as a sacrifice.
With a cupcake on your crotch?
yes. With my dick and a cupcake.
Listen to me very carefully.
I'm
The key to my
horrified.
release is beneath this pillow.
I just like to imagine that this conversation is happening while Lilia is trying to write down questions,
definitely.
and
Like,
she's
for the
just
love
like,
of all of the gods.
Please shut up, everyone.
it's just like Kieran. I love you so much. I do not want to hear about your dick and a cupcake.
If I ask
Kieran, you're like a
Ernesto
father
writing
figure,
it
and you
down.
don't
marry
want to
me.
hear about your dick and a cupcake. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
I've made you cupcakes.
Hopefully not with your dick in them.
I think I saw you making them the whole time. I'm pretty certain it was a
There was
sanitary.
no
I can't make any promises.
Oh, God.
I'm not rolling these for any reason.
No, some.
Just in case you're wondering.
Just fidget.
Is the march like pretty easy march?
Yeah, I mean, this land is pretty flat.
Yeah.
The story has always, it's not, the like really hilly area is the mountains themselves. And it's pretty flat all the way to the desert.
Yeah, during marching, I would just go up to Win and be like,
when we were going through those camps and looking for those bosses, I kind of half expected to see Rustbeard. To be
That's
perfectly
been my
honest.
concern as
Yeah, you've been.
You haven't looked into where he is.
We did at one point, or Kieran did at one point.
I can always scry.
If we need to, I can also scry, but if Kieran's met this individual,
fun.
he'll have an easier time than I would have.
Okay.
Maybe at our next stop.
So there are two
Before we go to
questions on this flowchart that I am still missing.
Okay.
So, if we kill her, and,
D&D.
yes, right?
Yep.
If we kill her,
I've
and
been
then
looking in my notes and my app keeps crashing.
questions.
Sorry.
I've been trying to do this for 5 minutes. Okay,
Cast silence on the rest of the group.
okay. He's about to lose her mind. If we kill her and then resurrect her, do we get Sorna back? And do we get her and only Sorna back?
Yes.
If no,
Oh, okay.
what is the question we want to ask?
Is Sorna
Is her soul
Gone.
retrievable?
Is her soul retrievable? Yeah.
I think isn't that the first
No,
one?
that was the second question if she said no. I thought.
Oh, so yes. So that was the second question. If she said no,
Yeah.
but we could make that the third question if the resurrection.
Flowcharts allow arrows back
Yeah.
to other questions.
Great. Amazing.
So first question is Sorna still present within her body?
Yes.
If yes, we ask if we can resurrect her and only get Sorna back.
Okay.
If no, we have the question, is there a way to get Sorna's soul back?
Yes. Do we want to say resurrect? Because if she's still present, do we want to find out if there's a way to do it without killing her? Shouldn't that be our third question then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I would rather.
So, like, is there a way, like, so if they say her soul's still present within her body, say,
Actually-
can we get her back without killing her should be the second question.
Lilia.
And then if the answer is
No.
And if the answer is no, then do we get her back without, if we resurrect
And
her?
if we can, either today or maybe if we are able to do this spell tomorrow, we might be able to ask if my new capability of Feeble Mind would help us with that.
All of this is over a vague amount of time, so you've got
I can also
the next 5 days, basically.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, let's focus on this one first.
Yeah, let's do this one first, and then we'll figure out the
Chance
rest.
she won't answer.
Yeah.
So this is one.
At the end of the day, I shoot lightning at her.
Shoot lightning at her every time.
Yes, prime, and this is yes, secondary. Because I wrote these out of order.
You could help heal by doing that.
Exactly,
You set up the
that's-
arch
that's
inside
like
the
you just
infirmary and you blast through it.
What? Instead of me. Oh,
We mass heal people with your arch.
that's a pretty good idea.
Everyone stand in front of this.
Okay, so
Line up all the gurneys.
the first question that we have the second question would be, if they say yes to Sorna's being present, is can we get her back without killing her? Great. Then, if that's a no, then the next question is, if we kill her and then resurrect her, can we get Sorna and only Sorna back?
Yes. Nailed it.
All right, great. So, if the question is, can we get her back without killing her, what is the third question?
Can we get her back without killing her? Oh, yeah.
Each question
Ow.
begets more questions.
Ow.
How? Yes.
How is not?
Okay,
How
hold
is
on.
famously not a yes or no.
Yeah, we can do more details like that maybe with divination as we get closer. But,
But the thing is, that would be a second question.
But-
and
Oh,
we
yeah, I
have
know,
a
I know.
third.
We ask, will she recognize us? Because then if they say yes, then we'll know that we can just talk to her and be like, hey, it's us. But if not, we need to figure out a different plan.
That's
I don't know.
We can ask if there's anything she can do, since Sorna was attached to her as well.
Who?
Joss.
Oh.
Sure was.
She was a Ouija follower.
is there anything you could do, Jess? Yes, but I don't want to. This is for your trial.
We're asking if she can, not if she will.
Yeah,
I know
we
exactly.
could ask, is there anything we Joss will do?
Ooh.
To help
That
us.
is still a yes or no question.
Yeah.
There you go.
I hear laughing in my head. Stupid. Stupid human boy.
Okay. Never mind.
It literally does say you must ask your questions before the spell ends.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
gonna
I'm
turn on one of those like minute countdown sand
minute
things.
glass.
Minute glass.
And we can also do, divine to Joss again another day. So we're gonna be here for a bit.
Okay, I think we have a basic idea of the questions.
All right.
Do we want to try this? And whatever questions we don't get to have answered, we'll come back tomorrow?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I mean, we can come back today.
Oh, today.
With a 25% chance of
No.
Oh,
no
I thought
answer.
that was just for...
It's a
works the same
25% of no answer, whereas
Doesn't-
with
doesn't give
divination,
us
it's a
stupid weird
25% chance of
a wacky
wrong answer.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay. So I get out my incense and my holy water and I 11 minutes of
So beautiful.
What a fascinating ritual.
Dear, we just da 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 dee 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 dee
I feel like the inspiration for a song is coming upon me.
da 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 da.
Resonates with the color blue.
This is how Morse code becomes the
Da dee 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 boop 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 dee 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 dee.
It's like the SOS.
that would be a great like divination
It's actually just more
like cleric or something who does
like
that
a,
to
like
their
a
god.
sea god in Morse code. Like a god of the sea.
Yeah.
Like, does Morse code.
Dee dee beep dee dee beep dee 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 dee.
All
How
right.
did you learn Morse code? I learned it for a
I'm
campaign.
getting a phone call from Spain.
Great.
Cute.
What's
Spain
it?
is
Just a
calling.
spam?
Spain.
Spain.
Oh.
Country.
Spain.
I'll take that.
Beep.
You
Puts
do
your
the
gun up
thing.
to your forehead.
I don't have my
You don't have your gun or your hat. Crazy.
Is Sorna still present within her
Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 minute.
Oh no.
Dear, we just. Dear, we just. Is Sorna still present within her body?
Yes.
If we. Can we get her back without killing her?
Yes. I'm not allowed to say maybe, but yes.
Yes.
If we do kill her and then resurrect her, do we get Sorna and only Sorna back?
Unclear.
Does that mean we get a bonus question?
No, it is one of the answers. Can be
Okay,
unclear.
thanks. Amen. Love you. Bye.
This would be a case where the one-word answer would be misleading, or it wouldn't be the full information you would need.
I see.
All right, so that one was unclear. Sorna is still present within her body. And then we can get her back without killing her, technically.
Maybe. Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, she said yes, but with a distinct question mark at the end of the word yes.
Okay, so we have two. We have one that is unclear, one that is yes on a technicality, and the other one that is an actual yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if Sorna's soul is still present within her body, we don't have to worry about is there a way to get Sorna's soul back.
Unless we kill her.
Unless we kill her.
Which we can worry about after we kill her.
One question I think is now the next time that we ask Ouija some questions would be, do we need to separate... Well, because it sounds like we do need to separate Sorna from the necromancer. It's the how that's the problem.
Yes.
I guess we could ask, is there anything Ouija can or will help with in order to separate Sorna from the necromancer? Because it sounds like the separation is going to have to happen. I don't know how else we would... They're conjoined. I don't know how else we would get them to
It's not my area
get
of expertise.
Sorna back.
I can ask if I have a spell that would unconjoin them.
Can we unconjoin them with magic?
Or persuasion.
Does anyone know how to possibly make a jewel-encrusted chalice?
You'd need a bunch of jewels.
I think
We
could
have
do-
a lot of
have a
jewels.
bunch of jewels.
I mean, really,
I mean-
would we be able to, like,
We have like
Would we have to just
5
find
days.
a-
Stick some hot glue.
I mean, I
we just
can.
make some clay into the shape of a thing, stick a bunch of jewels
I
in
can
them.
things with
in
clay
gold leaf.
and earth. I might be able to twist metal. No, maybe not. I don't know. I have to look through my
Is
spells.
there any reason that we cannot, for an errand, teleport away from camp and teleport
No, that's what
back?
she was suggesting. Yeah,
Okay.
because she can teleport via plants
Because couldn't we just go
and go get one.
buy
Let's go buy
another
some.
chalice?
Yeah,
Where did we get the other ones?
That's not a
I'm
bad
sorry,
idea.
I thought.
we did give the other one to Johanna,
The other one
and
you already had,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I thought we got the last ones from Omniasari.
Errand run.
I think that is where you went.
We
yes.
got
Yeah.
the last couple from the treasury in the Beastlands.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
right,
got it from
right.
the treasury there.
and before that, we got it.
We got it in
from
Altone.
yeah, the elves.
Which have we gotten any update?
But I'm sure they
on
have
the
chalices in
Altone
Omnius.
Kingdom. Like, is the because I knew
Pandera?
that the teleportation,
I mean,
the
it's-
capital city.
I mean, it's
and-
ruled over by Elena.
yeah.
She's not there all the time.
So,
But-
Midgig's shop is not available for.
You haven't been there since the time skips. You have no idea.
I don't want to
seems
risk it. I don't
unlikely.
want to risk that.
He is probably in camp.
There's no Potter
Mentor.
inside the.
I mean, there probably
this
was.
Oh, I meant inside this this army that could
Oh,
possibly,
no,
make
not really.
something.
It's not really a martial skill. Or like super necessary for everybody.
I mean,
to
it
have.
might be somebody's.
Maybe Nathaniel
Yeah, hobby.
knows how to-
But you do still need a kiln, right?
Yeah.
If
Oh, I
you're
can
gonna
make.
do
We
it
can
out of-
probably make a kiln. Probably wouldn't be that hard.
We're doing a lot of reaching for this when we could just teleport.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to.
So
where
what
would be the best spot? Just
Probably Omniasari.
Omniasari is the last place that has like a working market.
Yeah,
that you know.
that's why I was thinking that would probably be.
Or
They've
you
been-
have to go to another country.
Plus, we honestly, if we go, so like, let's just say we take a day trip to Omniasari. We could also maybe see what the fuck Uas is up to.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he was real weird.
Do you know who Uas is?
Yeah.
Red lips. It's nice to be able to do that sometimes. Make a religion check.
How many days is it? Because negatives, but yeah.
2 days more. So it is since the attack. I have moved the calendar so that it is now
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 rests hence.
Okay.
Okay, so I only have one left.
One more, and you will be leaving the
One
camp
more day.
to march
One
to
day
Benvenuto
more.
on this day, which is why I moved it to.
Okay,
Got
thank
it.
you. So you said religion?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have not started marching yet.
11.
But all this can be sort of vague.
Okay, great.
11.
yeah.
You know of Uas. He is the god of time. He was lost.
Very old.
He was lost,
Wait,
but
wait,
now
wait,
it's
wait, wait,
casually
wait,
know
sorry,
this
sorry.
guy.
I must have heard. I had wax in my ears. Did you say Uas?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever get to meet Escondula?
Who's Escondula?
Freaky little guy.
I'm guessing
guy.
no.
Freaky-
You would remember
Freaky
him.
like little guy in essence, you know, like big guy, little guy, little gremlin guy,
Oh,
Very tall little gremlin guy.
little gremlin dude. Not actually, he's very large.
We've got
They're
friends
very
in high
large.
places,
apparently.
Under the earth. Anyways,
high and low places.
high and low places. He, very interesting individual. At one point, sent us into a future which none of us enjoyed. Lots of people died. That future obviously did not come to pass because we fucked up. The Fey Realms fucked us up. And then at one point we went to go visit Escondula, and all of a sudden, they were Uas. That's the
Apparently
short
they were Uas
version.
the whole time.
Yeah, apparently they were Uas this whole time. I've been here
Uas
the whole
the whole
time.
Kieran,
Yeah.
do you happen to have that easy spell to help with headaches? This is a lot right now. Okay.
He just pats you on
Thank
the head.
Thank you for telling me. Yes. Yeah.
I feel like we've been more desensitized than is probably healthy.
He's very
to,
nice.
Like, actually, like
If you
history
think
and
about it.
earth-changing revelations, and they're just kind of like, well, it's all in a day.
Real life is going to be so boring.
It's gonna be so boring. That's why I'm gonna go to the Shadowfell after this.
So I heard let's go to
Going on a trip.
Yeah, sorry
Your
for a
favorite
day.
rocket
We can do
ship.
that. We can do that right now.
I'm gonna feel a
Wanna
little
go
guilty
now?
getting to go to like a beautiful ocean.
I'm just gonna go buy a bunch of ration packs.
You also have to find a tree in Omnia. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
I
the thing is-
can just teleport there
Why don't we
and
just
back.
teleport? Yeah,
I
that's
can just
easier.
teleport there and back.
Oh, you have 2 spells that are high.
Yeah,
And
7
then-
and 8. I never used my 8.
And then I could, after if I see a tree there, then I could take us back because I scouted to. Lucina scouted all the camps. I can't read the camp from here, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are trees around Mithril, there's a bunch of.
Yeah.
So you could come back with that.
Oh, Mithril, or I was thinking maybe closer to Beam
Well,
until we
the-
need. Wherever I will transport plans.
The
us
army
to wherever we
hasn't
need.
left Mithril yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so
gotcha,
You'd
gotcha.
want to be traveling with the army
Okay,
unless
cool,
you
cool.
have something specific you want to scout ahead for, but
Yeah.
they don't want to like lose their biggest heavy hitters randomly. And where did they go?
Who's the hero?
We're going on vacation.
like a beach day trip.
Like Aragorn, we left.
Yeah. He,
just wanted
he
to go see
leaves
the-
because there is no hope.
No, I.
Then I shall die as one of them. Shut the fuck up.
Why? You were speaking in
Why
Elvish.
did you say that in English?
in English.
What is wrong with you?
Why could you stay in Elvish? Yeah, whatever.
All the Helm's Deep soldiers.
All right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you're really trying to fucking gas them up, aren't you?
So, are we taking a retroactive
Yes,
are you
date
going
to
to
Omnia?
Omnia? Sorry.
Sorry,
I think so.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go see Daisy.
Ooh, can
Oh,
I would definitely do like a quick little
What's up?
what up, hot stuff? Going to Omnia. Sorry.
Oh, God.
You up? Slash you around slash
Booty call.
You up?
He is currently en route there, but not there yet.
WID.
Oh man. Get an estimate on the days, and we'll try and see if we can do another.
It won't match up because it takes a while to sail.
Oh,
then.
never mind.
R.I.P.
RIP.
to my
Oh, I thought you were calling Viceroy him.
Yes.
I mean, him too.
No, he's way
What
to
a
the south.
development.
He's definitely not going to Omnia. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's go.
Great.
Cool.
You teleport your group, and all the soldiers are like, "Where the fuck? Where are they going?
Lucina would make sure to let them know. Lucina worked
On
with you guys.
important business."
I promise we'll be right back.
That's what you said 2 years ago.
I'm with you
Hey,
this time.
promise
you guys,
we will
you
not
guys
go
have been doing a
into the
lot of
Feywild.
helping with the army in terms of like medical assistance and stuff. So you guys need another day off. This is a great idea.
Is it though?
Yes.
You appear. Where are you teleporting to?
Right to the inn at the falls.
Hell yeah.
Just like the front door.
Mhm.
You appear at the inn at the falls. It is looking peaceful as ever. The waterfall or the river goes through the inn itself in the restaurant area, and then cascades over the side of the of the cliff. The air is dry and hot, but pleasant.
I'm just gonna
Kieran
go.
immediately starts to stripping layers off.
I'm like just gonna go
I'm
like
the palest I've ever been.
take off my little shoes and just dip my toe in the ocean once. Or
Well,
like
you're on a cliffside,
Never
but you can
mind.
dip
But
it
when-
into
when
the
we get
into the
there.
river if you want.
Yeah.
Because there's still a river section before it cascades off, so you can do that. But the ocean is down below.
Kieran's going full lizard mode.
Finds a
Going
rock,
sunbathing.
curls up on it.
Just want to be
He's
warm
taken off
for fucking
everything
one.
but his plate armor.
I just
a
want to
bake.
be.
Like a little baked potato.
I just want to be warm again.
But you are in Omniasari.
Hell yeah.
Where are you headed?
So do we want to like divide and conquer and
Let's
like
say-
some go to market, some go to us?
I'm looking for, if I'm here, I was looking for ration packs for not just myself, but for like as much as I can get for the army.
And-
the food was
Maybe some
Possible.
healing potions. I do need to
Healing
give
potions
you.
as well.
You lent me yours the other day, so I'd like to give you repay you and give you one back, Nala.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I would also be looking for potions, so I'd also go with you on that. And then chalices, I guess, as a group.
Yes.
Everyone look out for chalices.
Okay.
I'm down to go see God Boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see
as
God.
another God Boy.
Those two are going to go see God.
God boys.
In case we need any religion checks.
Thank you.
Let me show you the
I'm like
map
half
and
a god
show
boy.
you the food.
Oh
Lucina.
yes, food.
Yes, Lucina, you've not been here, have
Yeah,
you?
no,
It's
I'm.
very nice.
a
Obviously,
bit-
it's a resort
You can meet our
town.
cougar.
You do see. You've
Wait,
never
you have a
seen.
cougar?
There is a
We
cougar. The sexy older lady walks out. No,
Their name is Daisy.
I said her name.
No, their name. We never checked, remember?
No, you did.
No, we did. I think we just failed, and I went, she's a girl.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can know.
Kieran doesn't know how to push.
No, we don't want to know.
We don't want to know.
Well, you can find out. You can find out.
But you also have never seen the Asari people, who are large, very long arms, huge eyes, and very interesting looking beings. Many of them walk around
They're the best.
in sort of monkey attire.
Monk.
Monkey.
Yeah,
Not
monkey attire. Yeah, no,
Their
monk
own onesies.
type attire. And are you see in the inn at the falls that you have just arrived at? There are two people running the place. There's the host and there's Farminor. Is Farminor the host? One or the other. The other one is the owner, but I don't remember his name.
They like us.
Yes.
We've never destroyed their establishment.
No, we haven't.
Let's keep it that way.
Farminor is the owner. Yes, and then someone else is, I forget his name, but is the host who is still working there. Yes. You all have the market changes all the time, so you will have to investigate to find out who is there at this particular juncture. So who all is going to the market? Everyone but the two people going off to the god, I think, right?
I'll go to market, but can we just say that I get to meet Daisy?
Oh, yes. I'm sure you
Yeah,
check
yeah.
in. Farminor's
And
like, oh,
we'll
hello.
have lunch
first.
You have
Yeah,
lunch.
yeah.
The food is wonderful, of course.
I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I'd like to say, hello, I hear you're Daisy.
Looks at you.
Is
Yes.
a cat.
Is a
Walks
cat.
away.
Do you like
She's
it?
like laying. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll leave you alone. Is there a specific scritching spot you like on your body? Can I scritch you?
Sure.
Hey, yo.
Do you have any food?
Yes, I do. And I'll
God
give her a
bless.
good berry, because
I would prefer fish.
Yeah.
Do you have any real food?
Womp
That's
womp.
awesome. I love our adventuring cats become
Incredible.
this.
God bless.
Lilia, for no apparent reason, feels a sense of pride.
how do you like it here? Do you, Lilia,
Just changes the stuff.
Lilia, do you? If you're seeing this, Lilia, do you want me to ask her anything?
No, it's okay. I get him pretty well, I think, without like talking.
This is funny.
I go down and I'll like put my hand out to Daisy. Give her some. She doing like the Lamar,
Yeah.
like oh my god thing.
Oh, no.
No, who's a good girl? And I like,
like
give
to
her
put
like
my
behind the
stinky
ear
breath on you.
scratches.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Purrs.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it then. So Lucina leaves, kind of dejected, because Cougar's adorable cannibals. Yeah. Also Natasha. But yeah. Anyway, shopping.
Pat.
This food is amazing.
Yeah, food's
Hell
good.
yeah.
I will also slip Daisy some of the sush. that I get.
Eats it up readily.
The sessions.
Honestly, that's basically what she gets.
Yeah.
She gets fresh fish a lot.
Yeah. I
Living her
wish
best
I got
life.
fresh fish all the time.
But y'all head to the market then afterwards. Please make investigation checks for
Hell
you are all
yeah.
looking for chalices.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry, I'm waiting for
I don't
my
find
thing to load up
anything.
because I'm still looking at spells.
One.
Nice.
10.
Nice.
20.
Nice.
14 if I still have a -1.
Yeah.
I get wrapped up in explaining the food to Lucina.
There are like various stalls along the way with street carts.
I'm
of
gonna
food as
lose
well.
like 8 gold for the
I
amount.
feel like Knowledge should have like a Discovery Channel series on just like Ginevra food.
Hopefully your restaurant and bar will be
No.
shown on one of those channels at some point. We're here in Omnia, sorry. You actually find a gem cutter and smelter person who you've seen before named Navis. don't remember who this person looked like, but she is right now a gnome in my head.
Wonderful.
We gotta know.
But her cart is still set up with various jewels, lots of just normal gems as well as things made into the stuff. And she does have one jeweled chalice available.
Sick.
It's weird how often these are looked for, honestly. They're kind of hideous. I hate making them. Please take it off my hands. 1,000 gold.
Happily.
Okay. Well, who's there?
It would have been Char.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just pay for it.
Cameron, we never really talked about Lucina having money. She's had 25 gold since the first one shot.
I mean, you would have gotten like a stipend from the.
Yeah, I'm just saying, can I help
challenge for a
out with
while.
this? Or
You wouldn't have that much money.
Okay. Well, I meant like contribute, but not like, yeah, whatever. I'm good with that. I just wanted to see if I could help ease.
I'd say you'd have about 1,000 gold, probably.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe 500. I'll give you 500.
Yeah. I'll contribute like 100.
Sure, thanks.
Can I buy 300 pounds of Amisari ration packs?
1 gold each. So that's 300.
300, yeah.
I don't know how you're carrying all of
I
it.
have it in my in my bag of holding. I have over 400 pounds
Just
worth.
shovel them all in.
1, 2.
Wow.
I feel like
3.
Nala is what happens when you give a teenager God-changing money.
Yeah, it's true.
Is there like a jewelry maker
That
somewhere?
is this person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
This is also that.
So they do like custom pieces?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know when we'll come back here.
yeah, it
Yeah.
takes some time to make a custom piece, but if you're looking for something, she would be
Yeah.
the person to ask.
Let me go up and pull out my fake eye.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Oh, gross.
What is disgusting? What do you want with that?
Disgusting. Probably smells a little bit.
Just saying maybe it could be a pendant or something.
A pendant? I mean, I could maybe do a necklace sort of thing.
Yeah.
Medallion of an eye.
I'm not there, but
Sure.
I just have to put like a, solder a thing on the top, and
Sure.
that wouldn't take me very long.
All right.
And then a chain. Or I can do that for 5 gold or so.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Cool.
Let me put on a glove.
It hasn't been used recently.
It's probably been cleaned, honestly. But yes.
It's just sitting in my pocket.
Peels off the lint. But she starts work on that.
Sweet.
I'm just taking a look through all my new spells to see if there's anything I need for material component wise.
The others who, unless you're shopping for anything else.
Healing potions, but I
Yes.
rolled a 1. I'm looking for the chalice. I don't know if that constitutes to my looking for healing
There
potions.
aren't that many healing potions here.
I will say I did get a 14 if that helps with that. But if not,
There
it's
aren't. There is no stall for healing
yeah, no
potions.
worries then.
Um,
checking my spells.
Oh, there's no healing potions
There
here
is
at all?
no potion stall at the market this time.
womp womp.
Are there any like other items that you need, Lucian? Do you
I'm
have
double
any
checking.
items that are like tied to you? Like I have 3 items that I wear regularly, but do you have?
As Natasha, I think she only has 2, but let me double check and switch around. Where's the inventory? Yeah, I only have, my mantle from Sabrina and the staff.
Any kind of like basic ring protection or.
I mean, that's not that basic, right? So you have to find a
any
magic.
attunable item that I could possibly just purchase for Lucina as a.
There's not really. It's a lot of mundane stuff here.
I
this time.
appreciate you think of it, Nala, though.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything to give.
You already gave me some health in the battle. That's more than enough.
Those of you heading to see Uas,
Yes.
you head to where you thought he was last time, which was the infirmary, or like the
Right.
and he is no longer there. From asking around, you are told that he now lives at the Temple of the Loose Sands.
It's an upgrade.
Yeah. So you head that direction. Open my Omniasari document. Gets a lot of use, this document.
We love this
We
city.
just can't stay away.
No. I wouldn't do it anyway. Inside, you see Vishrana, who is the main, the head of this temple, the leader monk, the whatever word they use for it, which I'm sure is in Asari, in the Asari language, who says, "Oh, it is good to see you. May I help you with anything?"
Yeah, we're hoping to see potentially if. Oh, heavens, I don't really know what titles they're going by these days. Is Uas around?
Uas is always around.
But
Meaning he constantly hovers over me asking questions. So yes, he is probably upstairs in his room. He's like,
Just on the ceiling. Kieran just turns around and leaves. And I'm done.
no, he is upstairs in his room, probably, which is at the end of the hall.
All right, are we allowed to go?
Yes,
Okay,
that's
great.
fine. You're friends of the temple here, and it's a temple anyway, so it's a very open sort of place. You knock on the door as you get there. It says, there's someone at the door. Very good, very good. I love it when people come to my door.
I love this
I
motherfucker.
Visitors are
I
excellent,
love this
excellent.
motherfucker.
That's what you hear before the door opens.
I was gonna say, Lily is perking up and Kieran is sinking down.
The door opens.
She's like, yes, yes, yes. And he's like, oh,
And
no, no,
and
no.
in the middle of the room is Escondula, arms sort of out. Oh, it is you two. Of course. Hello. Kirenda wounded and Lilia. Last name
Redacted.
hidden.
Wouldn't you like to know?
hidden in the sands of time. Come in. Come into my room.
We knew it at one
Yeah,
point.
you said it.
You head into the room. And this room is just... There's no, like, furniture. It's all just sand mounds everywhere.
Cute.
It's like, well,
I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you. It is more sort of my style. The sands can be manipulated, and as he waves his hand, it, like, forms a table out of the sand and stuff. So
And then you like eat off of
Do you ever make like glass out of it?
that would require a lot of heat that
I don't know. Can
It doesn't just happen over time, unfortunately, and my whole thing is time.
I didn't know if like time compressed in on itself, if it would create some sort of heat.
I mean, maybe. I haven't really tried. It's not really me. Anyway, how can I help you? You're here. Clearly. Interesting, because I believe at this time there is a war going on to the
Oh
west.
yeah, but this is just a day trip.
Oh, of course, that makes sense.
Yeah, we just
yes.
needed
Lots of day trips
stuff.
with very strong individuals. There's
Yeah.
lots of day trips going on lately.
Has anybody else come to visit recently?
Yes, one god that you know, the little god.
Oh,
He was here.
Oh,
Did you?
time.
Did you help send him back in time?
And that is where he is at this time. Yes,
oh,
But not at this time.
But not at this
in
time.
this time. He is at the other time.
He is at the other time.
For he had to do some talking with his ancient parents, and maybe find out what to do next with the Morlos problem. You know, the Morlos problem is
Oh,
big.
yes,
how do you defeat
great
him without
conundrum.
destroying the world?
That
It's
is
a
a
whole
problem.
big question.
It is a very big question, one that we are kind of in the middle of. Well, that's good to know about your. You don't happen to have any way to contact him, do you?
Well, he has a way to contact me, and then once he does that, then I will grab him back, pull him back. Hopefully, that should be happening any moment now.
Like literally?
Oh, you experience time in a very fast way, don't you? Could be anything. Moments, moment to moment is long or
Great.
short. I don't know.
This is not at all. We honestly came kind of on a whim. I am so curious. As a time god, is time real?
What sort of definition are you looking for? Because there's so many ways to define what time is. Is it the linear thing, or is it the wobbly? Everything is happening at once. Is it layered on top of one another?
How would
There's
you
so many ways of doing
describe
it.
time?
I would describe it in all of those ways simultaneously. Really depends on one's own movement through space. All time is sort of a measurement of movement through space, but that's not really right because time is also happening all on top of one another. So it's all very complicated.
Maybe time's just a construct of human perception.
I love this.
A little like mouse that lives inside of.
Do I understand any of it? Nope, sure don't. But I love hearing about it. I know. Also, I cannot remember what we decided on. What do you prefer to be called right now?
Eskandula, I think,
Eskandula. Great. Okay.
is my name. But Uas is also my name. Depends on what time of day. And I couldn't tell you
Time
which
of day
time.
for us, the time of day for you.
See, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Right now, you want Eskandula.
I like Eskandula for now.
Great.
Okay, great.
I'll just have it on my list that we need
If
to
it
check in every
changes,
time. Yeah.
just let us.
I'll let you know
Okay, great.
if I remember.
As a god,
Hmm.
do you know anything? You know other gods, obviously.
Sometimes
Do you know Shamos?
I know of him. He is scary, big, mean, really likes dead things. To the point that it gets a little weird. And especially since everybody's really alive and dead at once, so what's the fucking thing going on there? If you're an undead person who's used to be alive, but you're also all that's happening at once because time is just always on top
Karen's
of one
just
another,
looking
then
more and more
how
strung
can you
out as this goes on.
how can you possibly be undead? Because you wouldn't really be undead; you'd also still be alive. So it gets very confusing
Right,
for me.
but like, how often have you ever seen him like
Lilia's like rolling up a blunt.
possess? Have you ever seen him like take over someone's body before in like a not undead kind of way?
Him himself, Shamash.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes gods can possess those who are either willing or unwilling vessels, but I don't know if he's particularly well known for that.
When gods do that, how do you undo that?
Unfortunately, gods are very strong, as you know. Those gods are the massive power, and it's not really a specific type of magic, and it's not the magic that mortals generally have. So really, you'd need another god to do it.
What if you
You would
smash
need another god to do it.
and would that still remain if a god was not the one possessing the individual,
Well, it
but if a
depends on-
god smashed two individuals together?
Well, it depends on what kind of power they use, because if there was two beings that were forced together in the ultimate sort of weird, homunculus, chimera nonsense, then it would be. I would have to look at exactly what
what
it
if
was.
it was just their minds?
Well, if it was just their minds, then that's very difficult to pull off. I'm not sure how that would have happened, but it would have been some sort of godly power. I would assume you'd need some sort of godly
God
power
to
to get rid of it.
undo the thing that a god
Is
did.
this something that's happened to somebody?
Unfortunately,
That sounds shitty.
it is really shitty, actually. Yeah, but also, thank you for talking with us about. That's actually very
actually
helpful.
very helpful.
Very helpful. Yeah.
You're a good guy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are all good and bad at the same time.
Yeah, but you're like a good guy.
One of the gooder ones.
Where'd you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
I'm a fly on the wall. I'm a fly on the wall.
charge.
No, Lucina turned me into a fly.
She was like, weird ask, but okay.
All right, fair.
Did I have any other questions for Eskandula?
Yeah, just
I'm just like hanging with him.
Eskandula, how have you been?
Yeah.
That's a weird-
How's the war
acclimating?
treating you?
Well, the war hasn't really reached out this way since I stopped it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Good job. 10
Everybody's
out of
been
10.
very peaceful here. It's been very nice. And whenever anybody comes in, I've been told not to use my powers anymore. And I told myself that back in time to not use my powers anymore. Then Feleni reminded me that I had told myself that, and now we're back on that. And now I don't use
Fantastic.
my powers anymore to manipulate too many minds. But what I did the first time seemed to have stuck, and most people who are sent out here, if any, are just here to enjoy the sights and stuff, and that's very nice. And I've gotten my own room here, and Vishrano's been very nice and helpful. I guess he finds it a little weird that his own god is following him around and asking him questions about how life works nowadays, but here we are, and I don't know what to do about that because I have questions to ask because I haven't really been myself for a long time. We used to be friends anyway when I was Eskandula fully.
Are there any questions you'd like to ask us?
How do ships work?
Wind.
Oh, I got this. And Kieran goes into a highly
my God.
specific, like,
Well, I don't do a lot with
Science.
water, you see, so it's interesting.
Well, I think water and sand actually work in like quite similar ways. It's just sand has a different density.
Right.
You see, there's this thing called physics.
I have heard of this thing you call physics.
It's a brand new kind of study. Like,
Very interesting.
Cartography stuff and start drawing.
Diagrams.
That's very
this
interesting.
is pillow talk.
Thank you for this information. Maybe one day I will go on a boat. and I will
I know
experience
a
the ocean.
man with a boat.
The
I
guy
know
is
that-
coming into port.
I know that everything is to do with time, but my time seems to work with sand a lot better for some reason. I don't know what ancient other god that created me god made it all sandy. But here we are. So could have been
When
anything.
you make
the
your
previous god of
sand
time
table-
created the sand thing.
Do you eat sand on accident often?
Well, I sort of digest it very easily.
Yeah, but like the
you
like
made
the
of sand?
in your
Sometimes.
mouth of sand, like that gritty, gross texture in your mouth. How often does that happen?
I mean,
But you're eating on a table made of sand. That's
well, it's not made
they're
of sand
sometimes
anymore.
made of sand.
It's look at it.
always.
Oh, that's fair.
It's
I mean,
part of life in the desert.
Look at it. It looks like it is a table. Touch it. It feels smooth.
Gross.
Thank you for calling my table gross.
No, it's great, but I don't like when I'm it's
The texture
sensory.
guy.
Not real.
Sensory,
Bad feel.
It's beautiful though. It looks great.
Thanks. Snaps and goes away.
Oh, bye table.
I didn't want a table there. I was just showing you that I could do that.
Yeah.
Right.
The box.
Yes.
Box has
so
a cat.
here we are. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Just wanted to check in.
Yeah, mostly just wanted. Well, the last time we saw you, you were still
You were
gaining your energy back.
Changes.
Yes.
That.
It's because I used all my power and I shouldn't have
Yeah.
done that. I had to use my power. I had blocked myself off from using my power, so when I used my power, I fell over.
Yeah. So we mostly just wanted to. We were coming here to go for the market anyway, so we just wanted to.
Yes,
See you
enjoy
and
the
say hello.
market. Sometimes, then, in time, there are markets, and others there aren't. In fact, right now, there's a market and no market at the same time to me. Because that's how time works for me. It's very weird. That's my cat. Don't worry about it.
You have a cat?
I do now.
I would like to see the baby.
Makes a cat out of sand.
Yeah, it's a sand cat. That's literally just a sand cat.
Yeah, did we have any?
I don't think we had any real questions.
Fair.
If Yaren,
It just feels wrong to
We
come
learned out.
and
We
not
found out some
pop it.
stuff
yeah,
about
we know
Shamish.
we did, and also some good information about the connection.
Shamish.
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 When you hear from Yaren,
Yes, should be any moment now.
fingers crossed that it's any moment for us too. When you hear from Yaren, can you let him know that like things are mobilized with the challenge?
I think he's pretty aware. Or he
Okay,
was
well,
when he
that's-
got here, because he was in much of a hurry. And then he asked me how long it would take, and I said, could be moments. Should take just a moment, I think is what I said. But he was skeptical.
Yeah, he's been gone for a while. In
Yes?
our time.
Has he?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
So I just if well, is there any chance he would like is there any chance he would like die in the past?
I mean, he could, but I could bring him back.
Oh, okay.
I brought you back, didn't I?
Well, you did, but you sent us to the future.
He's not supposed to die in the past, you see.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Sometimes I can, anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that worry in the later box and
Like many things.
there's a
Toss
lot.
it in the bucket bucket.
It's a busy box.
The later box is getting a little full, but that's okay. It would just be really nice to have Yaren's information and or assistance on some of the upcoming.
Oh, that is one thing. He
Things.
went initially to see his parents, but then he went to a different time.
What was the second time?
The second time was during the older war, the other war with Morlos.
Oh.
Yes, that did happen. It was moments ago, though, so I had forgotten.
Right, it was moments ago. Right. So, in the older war, were you there too?
I mean, I was...
Like, were you part of that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I had lost my mind by then.
Okay. Wow, you've been gone for a while.
Apparently everybody thinks I'm an ancient dead god, so yes, apparently.
I knew the ancient part. I didn't really know the dead part. I thought you'd just gone quiet.
People here, say they believe in me, but I don't think many of them really did. It was sort of more of a practice where you meditated and did martial arts.
Right. I mean, it works. Good martial artists.
Yes.
All right. Well, should we probably maybe just get heading back to our actual jobs?
Yeah, probably.
Have a good time.
Well, dude, thank you for talking to us, Escandula. It's good to see you up and active.
Thank you. It's good
And I'm
that you're
sure it will
alive.
just be a moment until we see you again.
Certainly.
Just to finish up while shopping, any chance Lucina can buy diamond dust worth at least 100 gold or a diamond worth at least 300?
Yeah, and
They'll upcharge you
Navis
here, though.
Navis will have it. It is upcharged in Omniasari. So if you're getting a 300 worth one, it would be 400.
I'll just give that chalice to Kieran also.
Okay, and
that.
I will use the rest of my money for that diamond because, Lucina's feeling a way about being dead.
I bet.
Yeah, and
You'll
I'll be
get
like,
used to it.
as we go back, I'll be like, Kieran,
Yes.
here, please have this. I'm sorry you had to use one of your resources on me. I hope it will not.
appreciate that.
I will endeavor to make sure it doesn't happen again.
In the Dragon Age game, it says Nala approves.
Not greatly approved.
Nala greatly approves of this.
And
Excellent.
Nala,
Yeah.
I was able to get my notes app to work without crashing. So,
What is an app?
It's a note.
when we scryed on Rustbeard previously, it was back when we were on Penchard. He was tied up in like a vat of bubbly gray liquid, and it was something to do with necromancy, and that was about all I got.
Yeah, that's why I thought maybe we might be seeing him
So
do something.
yeah, it's been a couple months. We might want to check in, especially if we're about to head into like a necromancer's camp.
Well, we've got a few days of travel if we ever want to ask Kieran.
I'd love
Kieran,
you to scry on him.
Kieran, during
That makes me afraid.
as we're traveling, could you possibly do some scrying for
Hey.
us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can we do it before I've eaten a meal?
Hey, we've had a dinner already, but yeah.
He's
or
gonna
do you
chug
mean,
some
like-
water so he's got something to throw up that's not food.
If I'm there listening, I will cast on Kieran enhance ability for wisdom.
Okay, it's a saving throw on the other person.
I know, but just in case he needs to see something, just
Okay,
for
yeah,
him
yeah,
to have.
fair
Yeah, no.
I see what you're doing.
Here. Hopefully this will help, and you feel like the warmth of the sun a little bit invigorate you.
Praise the sun.
I'm thinking nature stuff for Lucine's magic.
It's basically, how many times can you do divination a day?
Divination or scrying?
Or scrying, apologies.
Fifth level.
It's 5th level, so quite a few times.
I mean, it's pretty much Rustbeard, Sorna, and Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Priorities.
I do.
Priorities.
I do know Nathaniel, so I could scry on him.
Question: have I gotten any updates from Johanna about Nathaniel?
Not yet. They're marching at the moment. They said
No news
she
is
said
good
she'd
news, I
meet
guess.
you at where you're going.
Right. Maybe let's wait on Nathaniel. We might be able to see him in a couple days, anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
but then we can check in.
Well, he's with the comp assemblage folks.
Yeah, so we might see what they're doing.
Then
I could, yeah. See where they're at.
Would you like to?
okay.
Who are you scrying on? What's going on?
Well, let's definitely do Rustbeard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
My
so excited.
favorite.
Let's all form around Kieran. Get the basin.
Are you in Omniasari when you do this?
Oh, are we?
You haven't left. You haven't said anything about leaving.
Would you rather be here or there? We are leaving. We're not. Unfortunately, I don't think we're sleeping here tonight. I would
Yeah.
like to go back.
I don't
It's a
have
day
a
trip,
preference.
Okay.
I would
Then
like
yeah,
us to
we
go
can
back.
go back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your time here in Omniasari. Natasha.
It's pleasant,
Oh.
but a bit unsettling compared to, everything else that's going on in Venevra.
Yeah, a little bit weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel a little bit right to be here, but I'm happy to take us back via tree. Do I see a tree somewhere, Cameron?
In Omniasari?
Yeah, probably not.
Make an investigation.
Oh fuck. Okay. Let me go to my spell. Not spells.
It's a very dry tree.
Investigation.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, what die? Okay, for investigation, I got 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
You find a large cactus.
Does that work?
Would that work?
It's via plants.
Oh, okay.
Don't know if it's this tree.
Sounds painful.
Here, I'm gonna look at it specifically. Let me.
This is awesome.
Oh my god, because I want to see if I can do this. So,
Yep, plant.
large or larger inanimate
Inanimate
plant.
plant.
So, yeah, I can transport us via
You
cactus.
can transport
That's
via cactus.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
There is a large cactus. You will all have to walk sideways through the portal, but you'll be able to get through
Okay, everyone,
Scuttle.
be very fast like crabs.
it. Crab. Whoop, 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 whoop.
And I take us through.
All right.
You transport and you all go shuffle sideways through the opening.
Perfect.
And you arrive in a tree outside of Mithralore. The difference in weather is stark and bizarre.
Back on.
Kieran's
Kieran.
immediately like full fucking
Full burrito mode.
yeah.
I regret my
Seasonal depression hits him
I regret my
hard.
decisions. I could have had another 30 minutes, and
He's
I'm
like,
sorry.
dark. It's like physically painful how quickly the seasonal depression just
Where's your cocoa? Let me make one for you.
in my bag.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the mid-session announcements for episode 97 of Welcome to the Bone Era. I will get into some OpenGL comments after the standard announcements, and I'll make them as literally quick as possible because I'm sure everybody's sick of hearing about it. But I figured that we needed to make a statement as Welcome to the Bone Era as well. As always, if you like the show and want to support us, patreon.com/CameronofEskDavis is the place to do that. And if you like the music and ambiences we use, tabletopaudio.com is where I use all of that. Or is where I get all of that. Whatever. So my thoughts on the OGL thing, going to be really quick. Number one, we are in limbo right now. There's really no way of knowing what's going to happen. Their PR statement was a PR statement. Who knows? We have to wait until the actual legal document comes out. Once we have that, we'll be able to decide what happens moving forward. Number two, as far as Bone Era is concerned, at this point in a campaign, 4 years into it, and at level 15, switching to a new system really makes no feasible sense. It would be like starting over completely with new characters, but we'd all have to learn a new system and be at super high level in that system for the end of the campaign. It would make our storytelling much more difficult and clunky for the last part of the campaign. That doesn't really make sense. For as long as this campaign goes, it'll just be 5th edition until the end. For next campaign, we will see what happens, but the problem is I'd have to find a system that I like as much as 5th edition. 5th edition is my favorite TTRPG system out of all of the ones that I think that I know about. I don't like Pathfinder, and that's the closest example to D&D. It's the closest facsimile. And 5th edition just does so many things very well, gets out of the way of the players who want to just tell a story, and I think that's really, really good. So I'd need a system like that if we were going to switch for Campaign 2. But for now, we don't really know. Third, if this was surprising to anybody, I'm sorry it took you this long. I don't mean to be aggro about it, really, but if you think that big companies want anything other than your money, then you have another thing coming. If you follow Jim Sterling videos on YouTube, they go into a lot of deep information about the video game industry. It's all the same. Every single industry just wants your money. It does not matter what these big executives are running, what companies. It does not matter what love it has by the community. None of that matters because all they want is all of the money. And if it did take you this long and this was the wake-up call for you to realize this, then I guess welcome aboard. Go read some Marx, watch some socialism videos, or listen to the Majority Report now because you're on board. Because this is really the whole thing about anti-capitalism, because it will ruin the things that you love, and here we are. We here at the Bone Era, and especially myself, are very vocal about our anti-capitalism stance. And I just want to play games. And I really like 5th edition. And I don't want to stop playing 5th edition. So here we are. Anyway, that was long notes. I tried to make them as quick as possible. I want you to continue listening to the game. So without further ado, let's get back into it. See you later.
Okay, so are we ready to head out?
I ate it.
Are we all heading out?
Well, we're in the camp, so
you're
I
in the
would.
camps.
We gotta get.
That would be basically you would have done that on the Friday, so you've got this evening, and then the next day you're leaving.
We gotta
midday.
do our thing.
Okay. Again, I know we talked about maybe getting there a little bit faster. Do we want to do that?
No.
I just need to know.
Not for the first
I'd like
couple
to
days.
travel.
Okay.
I'd like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was your arrow for her preemptive of the 4 days, or have those passed already?
That would have been the 4
I'm,
days.
I'm in the process of.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the total.
While Kieran is setting up the scrying, I'm going to quickly run
With
to
the
the
dramatic
kitchens, and I'm going to throw like all of the rations.
Take these, use them. And
This food is terrible.
That was very nice.
The KP people are like, oh shit, thank you. Where'd you get all this?
Omnia, sorry.
What?
Exactly.
And then you leave. Well, all right. So yes, they have some better food for some amount of people anyway. Are you scrying on Rustbeard?
Yes.
With
Michael laughing.
And you advantage on wisdom shit.
You cast scrying.
Oh, good. I didn't miss it.
I also will have a puke bucket set up for Kira. Just like preemptively.
Right, I forgot about
The one time there was the blood.
Yeah.
There was the one
Listen,
time
I have a
was
bucket
vomit.
for fluids.
Okay, great.
Fluid bucket.
Blood or vomit. Who's to say?
Either way, Lilia hates it.
Fuck.
I hate it. I'm beholden to this group. Westbeard.
Your sensor opens. You are looking somewhere dark. You hear dripping liquid all around.
Spooky.
There is a chair. Upon said chair sits a dark figure. You see a massive beard, and he holds a double-sided anime-like glaive.
Fucker.
It's like leaning up against him. Make a perception check
With advantage.
with advantage.
Yeah.
19.
19.
Nice.
Bora Rustbeard is larger.
No.
His muscles have expanded, and he definitely seems somehow taller than he
He
was
also
before.
read the book that I read.
He's on roids.
He's the liver king.
He sits there and stares in one direction. And you sort of try and look that direction. Make one more perception check with advantage. Because it's sort of out of the range, but we'll see if you can see it.
7.
7.
Damn it!
He's looking at something, but it's blurry. There seems to be some large thing. Like there's the room and then a large thing that he's looking at. You hear of a door opening in the distance. It's muffled, but you hear it. Rustbeard grips the glaive tight, looks over. What news? And the muffled voices say, I think we're finished. Nearly finished. You are to stay here and protect. And Rustbeard says, of course. And then you hear footsteps leaving and of the door closing. And Rustbeard just sits and stares for the next 10 minutes that the spell goes on. And then
Larger but not very mobile. Did I recognize the voice of the person? Or
no, it's random person.
Cool. I
Yeah.
convey that information. I say, Rustbeard's yoked.
What? I don't know what that means.
So he's
bigger,
Oh my.
taller, and musclier.
And he was.
And he definitely has the glaive, which we kind of already knew, but he definitely has.
Wait, I thought we sold that.
Yeah, he has a new one.
Oh, it's got
This
another
one's
one.
double-sided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got like a big scary glaive, and they finished building something wherever he is,
Oh.
and he's keeping watch over it. Like super keeping watch. Like I'm not gonna move from this spot for 15 minutes.
Oh.
Super boring job.
Oh, he's standing sentry.
Yeah.
So
So he's lying in wait. I'm kind of
Guarding
half
something important.
assuming for us,
Maybe.
or whoever else would.
they
be
wouldn't
coming
put
for him,
they
you know?
wouldn't put him through all that preparation if it wasn't something important they wanted to keep
Yeah.
secret.
Let's think. Rustbeard was
He's working
doing
for Morlos?
an
They sprung him. Yeah.
He was doing excavation of the gun that we are trying to do, something to kill a god. Then was captured, put in a
He was in the Penchild prison, and then the angels sprung him. He made a deal with him.
and then
From what it
you
sounded
saw
like.
that he was immersed in some sort of necrotic pool.
Just gray goop. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in goop for a little while.
And
Now
now it
he's goop,
seems
and now
that
he's yolk.
whatever
Delicious
whatever
goop.
is taken is, and they're using him as additional muscle safety measure. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
He was. It seemed like underground somewhere, so I didn't have a lot of
A dungeon.
stuff to go off of.
It's
Well,
complete.
It was wet.
It's complete.
Or nearly so.
Do you think it has any connection? Did we snag
We
the
brought
blueprints
the blueprints with us, yeah.
Yeah, the blueprints.
We
are
All
have
back
right,
then.
great. Just making sure.
But we can't make sense of them,
I can't make heads or tails of it. But do you think that maybe whatever it is connected to what we found in the Skullmares?
Knowing
Possibly.
our luck.
I mean, hopefully Johanna or Nigel can make better sense of this than we can.
Or nothing.
Have we shown the general
Or nothing.
these schematics?
Have you?
I don't think
No,
we have.
we haven't. Yeah, we
Yeah,
haven't
not
done
that we've
anything with
said.
them.
We might want to.
Yeah, we should.
we should check in.
Well, and also like to see if there's any people here in this. I mean, there's what? 22,000 people still here. So it's like, surely there's some people in like an engineering
Artificer.
department. Yeah.
Some sort out here.
Plus, there have been people who came in who were just aid workers and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people to ask.
Yeah. So we could, why don't we take these to the general?
Well, we're going back, so. Yeah. Oh, we are back. That's
You
right.
are
we
back.
are back. That's right. My bad.
And if we want, you know what? I don't know her that well, but maybe if someone can do an illusion, I can try to scry on Sorna.
I mean,
You mean
You-
create an illusion of what Sorna looks like?
Like a minor illusion, just to give me an idea.
Oh,
yeah.
I can.
Well,
I can
mean,
do
I
you
could
one
just
better. I'll
scry
just
her
That'll
because I know
say-
her.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you could give me a nice piece of artican that I could soak in the water and cast scry on.
I mean, yeah, I would. Por qué no los dos? I will do a sketch
Okay.
of Sorna.
Make a performance check.
Damn, wasn't very good. 24.
Oh, that wasn't very
Yeah,
good.
it's a pretty good drawing of Zorn.
Wow, garbage.
Rips it up.
Well,
You don't even. It's not even worth it.
just like last time when Lucina was scrying on, oh my god, I can't remember the name.
Elena.
The place we went to last time, year ago, well, a month ago.
Taylor.
Yeah,
I had Taylor.
Tamor, yeah. Lucina is going to put the very nice drawing in the pool of water she has in her druidic bowl and will cast scrying.
Okay.
Might not work, but I gotta try.
So she also uses a bowl. I forgot about that.
I thought that was like part of the thing that's scrying.
It's a requirement.
bowl.
Yeah. The
Giant
the pitcher
homo about
the,
it.
The pitcher, the pitcher is an option. but as a part of the Ouijasian
Yeah,
ritual.
the Ouijasian faith requires drama.
I mean, yeah.
What's your spell save?
My spell save is 18.
You do the thing, and you see no image.
Sorry, I couldn't get through.
That's all right. Kieran, are you still going to try to give it a go, or?
Sure.
Man, I need to go to the bathroom now.
I actually really do. So we're gonna do this, and then I'm peeing. Anyway, so yes, so
All this water being used.
you go into your scrying. The sensor appears, and you see Sorna looking out, standing on sort of a balcony. You see the balcony is made of these huge bones.
Yeah, the scary bone castle.
She is looking out, and you can see, in Supernatural, when
Regrettably, probably.
when Lucifer has the wrong vessel and his vessel seems to be breaking up.
Yeah.
So she's got similar sores
Oh,
on her face.
fuck.
But she's
Not
looking
going
out
well.
Not going good for her.
Across this place and looking down. Scratches some of the messed up skin. They will be here soon. Are we prepared? This voice, this deep voice coming out of this lithe woman is interesting. She says, are we prepared? And turns around, and the sensor sort of follows, and in the sort of mist of little beyond the sensor's sight, you see a very well put together but clearly undead being say, "Yes, sir. Of course we are. They'll not make it through our defenses. And if they do, we will stop them in this place." And Sorna scratches again and goes, "Yes. This place, I built it to withstand a lot. And thanks to my host's memories, perhaps I can work against them specifically if they get this far.
Oh, shit.
Good on you. Keep it up. Make sure we're prepared. They'll be here within a week, probably. Maybe 2. And the well-put-together undead person nods and walks off. Sorna turns around, or the necromancer turns around, and continues staring down at the camp below as you peer back.
Son of a bitch.
Well, to add to the divination list, defenses that are specifically
Yes.
created for us at the thing.
Specifically created.
Yeah, the necromancer is using Sorna's memories of us
Oh. Oh, dear.
Oh, I know what's going to be.
for defensive reasons. I think.
Children.
Well,
A child.
no. I mean, the one advantage we do have, she doesn't remember me. She doesn't know me, so the necromancer won't know anything about my capabilities.
She also hasn't seen any of us for the last, 2-ish. Well, to her, probably,
Yeah,
2
but-
years, but she hasn't been with us for the last, 6 months?
But I mean, even knowledge of
But she does
who
know
you
what
are
we
and
were
how you
doing the
behave
last time we
for a
saw each
necromancer,
other.
that
What I was
could
looking
be
for.
very, very useful.
Who we are and how we behave is vastly changed. I mean, even since the last time we saw Sorna, I'm not sure any of us can say that we're the same people that we were.
Very true.
Even though it only feels like it's been, half a year for us. The amount of things that we've seen and we've already gone against, not the gods themselves yet, but at least
Memories
people,
of gods.
memories of gods, and people with next to godlike power. I mean, I don't think her memories are going to necessarily give her all of the insight into our group as we are now.
Oh, I just worry it might give him just enough. And hopefully you're right, but I think it's better to worry about the worst and plan for that.
Well, and at least now we know that he does have access to her memories, so we can't really do like what's something only you would know
Yeah.
kind of a thing, because he would know that.
And also, I just like, I don't know, there are very few people, if any, in my life that a necromancer could like saddle me with, make me relive, that I would want to keep.
But at least we have more confirmation now that if he can access Sorna's memories that easily, a good piece of her must still be in there.
Yes. Well, we confirmed that
I know,
with
but
Ouijas.
But now we've also have this piece as well.
Yeah. But we also, based on what Kieran told us, knows that he is decaying her.
If we have time to ask another series of God
I'm
questions,
writing them down.
You do have time.
we need to ask if talking to her is something that will work, or if we can't make her remember just verbally.
I mean, I don't think we recounted our conversation with Uas.
Oh.
Escondulas.
Scandulas. I like that.
Is basically from talking to them what we the kind of power needed to put two people together in the way that the necromancer and Sorna have been put together requires the same kind of power to pull them apart. And that kind of power is the power from a god. Because Shamash was the one who smushed them into the same being in the first place.
Got it.
So, likely, we will need...
Divine intervention.
Yep. Which, you know how I just fucking love leaving things in the hands of gods. But it's likely that this isn't something that we mere mortals have any... That we can accomplish what we are trying to do without killing Sorna.
I mean, I know she's not a full god, but maybe Anathiel.
I think that's a good idea, but I think she has her hands full.
Oh, definitely.
Right
Only
now.
but I'm just saying we don't need to necessarily weigh on, just a
What,
chance.
message her?
Well,
No.
Johanna has
on
been sending with her, and we've been communicating that way. So it would be best to talk to Johanna about that when we see her.
Yeah, I think our best direct, a direct line that we have right now, and the best counter to Shamash would be a god like Ouijas. I think that's,
or Shamash himself.
Or Shamash himself.
It just depends. It's whoever we can get access to. I know, at least in my experience, it can be tricky to get the gods' help. But I don't know, since you kind of converse with them all the time, maybe you'll have an easier job.
The thing is, and this is honestly just and I actually, can I roll an insight check on this? If based on the conversation with Uas, if it feels like we're gonna need a capital G god.
Or a lowercase g god.
Anathiel's lowercase g.
You're right.
Anathiel is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
There's not really anything to roll. Because Uas didn't...
But the gist that I got
know
from
the
Uas is you
specific-
need the same amount of power that was imbued in
Or
it.
at least similar, yes.
Yeah, to break it
'Cause
apart.
Basically,
So, Anathiel might-
the in-game thing
Yeah.
is you can't just
Why don't we
break
make
this
one of the
curse.
questions,
Right.
do we have the power to do this, or do we need outside help?
We
Honestly,
need outside help
well,
if we want to break them apart.
That's
I think
pretty
it's worth
explicit.
at least, maybe a question, if that. But did God just nix that? I missed that.
Well, no, I think Anafia, we can always reach out to her, but also it might. There's so many. I think having another divining session, either with your god or with Ouijas, would be immeasurably helpful.
Oh, yes.
Especially because we need a god's power, right? Which might mean that we have to enter in some kind of contract with the god who did this. So,
I will definitely have divining prepared. It's just, it has to be, we have to be close enough. I will say I don't like having to call on Sylvanas like this all the time,
Who knows
but...
if Sylvanas knows anything?
yes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I can do
Sylvanas,
that.
your god?
No, he's just, a being I have worked with occasionally and who I have easier access to than the other deities.
Got it.
Yeah, I think if we need Sylvanas, I know literally nothing about him. But if we need him, then I think we can call him. I think Just probably has the most information regarding things that Shamash has done.
Agreed. Just saying, I can ask questions.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
who knows what the answers are? I can ask.
But I think as far as right now, since we're currently going to be heading to Benvenuto, that we should save any divinations until we are en route to Cambiamento.
Exactly. That's what was my
But
thinking.
we are still able to ask the yes or no questions in preparation with... I wrote down... What is it? What is the thing you do? Commune. Commune. Thank you. I wrote down conjuration. That's wrong. But so we still can have these yes or no questions, and I think one of the yes or no questions, we could work to formulate, but will we need Shamash's help to separate the two?
Is Shamos the only way for Sorna and the Necromancer to be separated?
We could just work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not relying on any of you or any of us, and it just makes it be, is Shamos the only way?
Yeah.
We could also ask if she says no, if she is able to, because Sorna was one of hers.
Yes. And we'll talk to Johanna about Nathiel.
Kieran, are we requiring any other scrying tonight?
Unless you want me to do.
After seeing you looking into Rustbeard, can you... I hate asking this of you.
Uh-oh.
Can you look into Ramnash?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I want to scream. With all of his
I do have a little bit of vengeance.
No, the
I do
eyeballs.
have a little bit of vengeance on my mind.
Oh.
Vengeance on My Mind is like a great song title. Like,
I've got vengeance on my mind.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go. I'm gonna scry the thing that can maybe see me when I scry.
I don't know if it can do. Well,
Maybe, yeah. I would have to be able to see invisibility. Don't think I can. Even my buffed up version doesn't have it.
Great. I love hearing that.
is there any other awful entity that we
can
And
look at?
anyone else we can check in on. Yeah.
You kind of let him sit. Literally with Rustbeard.
Yeah, he's just sitting there.
Just sitting and waiting.
He's just sitting there menacingly.
and someday I will learn. Camp assemblage.
Yep.
They are building something? Question mark.
Yeah, it was all the manufacturing.
Camp Benvenuto is intake
of slaves. Then
And
they are sorted and sent to the other ones.
and Cambiamento is finalization of what.
Enchanting specifically. So
Okay.
any of the magical parts are sent there.
Great.
And that's where each wizard is, or magical
So there's
person
like a
is.
sourcing, a putting together,
Yes.
and an enchanting.
Right.
Yeah.
So if Rustbeard is guarding the thing,
Yeah.
Fuck.
is there like? I guess I can ask this in character. So Rustbeard's guarding a thing, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any idea if that would be at is there a high possibility it would be at a specific camp, or is there someplace else that maybe we don't know about that the
think-
things
yeah.
are taken once they're enchanted?
I don't know.
Asking around of the people who are in this camp, you would have known that things are moved away from this place, and from what you know, in examining places, there are things leaving assemblage and Cambiamento, and
so
not
things are
going
not
back to camp.
fully-
Yeah, things do leave those.
Great. So there's another place where actual
Wherever it's being
assembly,
built.
final assembly is happening.
Yes,
Okay.
you would imagine
Awful.
so.
Final assemblage.
Assemblage.
Yes, but not an assemblage.
Okay.
Cool.
So he
Now that I have
is
my ducks in a row.
probably not here.
That is a good guess.
So our
Probably.
first problem is
Probably.
Sorna, and then the next problem is Rustbeard.
Or a problem in the future. Yeah.
He sure is a problem.
He is.
Yep.
Write that one on the
Just a
for
pain
later.
in my ass.
I can't remember. Did we try to kill him, or did we?
No, you kept him alive because
him
Abby
arrested.
wanted him to keep him alive.
Wanted to use him as an example.
And it worked until he got broken out.
Yep.
Sorry about asking that of you, Kieran. Looking at Ramnesh.
You gotta do Ramnesh?
Begrudgingly.
You are familiar with this target?
Sure am.
Well, know the target well. I'd say it's firsthand, so it's just a normal save.
This guy tortured your wife.
Yeah, but he doesn't know him well. Know him well would require, like, overtime, and you only really met him in that one couple of days.
Yeah, we didn't hang out.
You try the
weren't
spell,
intimate.
and it does not. You do not get any.
No worries.
Thank you, though.
No problem. I can try again later.
No, it's fine.
And by later, I mean
Never.
later.
When it matters.
Before we are marching out with the rest of the soldiers and everything, can I ask around to see if there's anyone among the aid workers or the general, if there's anyone knowledgeable in engineering and machinery?
You ask around. There are military engineers who make things like siege weapons and roads and whatnot.
Can I bring one? Who has the bag of holding?
I have a bag of holding, but I don't have the schematics.
I thought we put the schematics in the bag of holding.
Sure,
Someone has them anyway.
Yeah.
we will give the schematics though. Lucina, yeah.
Okay. Okay. If I do have them, then I'm okay. Well, I would like you to take a look at these. Enhanceability on the person for intelligence.
You get this like military engineer. He's this buff dude. He builds trains, or not even trains. He's got this idea for trains. He's like, oh well.
He'll be very important in a couple years.
Yeah, you found these in the place. Yeah, oh,
Yes.
crazy. Well, let me look at them. Well, it seems like they sort of set up like this, and he sort of puts it together, and you see that there's sort of a bottom section which has a lot of technical stuff, and then it sort of cones out, and there's a sort of bigger section that creates a sort of place where some things could stand inside of, and then it sort of cones to the top. So that's the shape you get. And he's like, this seems very complicated. I don't know that much about magic, but it's clearly magical, but it seems to be on like multiple levels of something.
Yeah, this.
Like multiple stories. This could be a building in itself.
Yes, no, that helps a lot. Thank you greatly.
Sure.
Yeah.
You show these to the general too, so he's aware.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
General D.
You do. The general's like crazy.
Yeah, and I'll share what the super awesome engineer, I'll share that with the rest of the group.
You are now aware.
Nice. Oh no. Well, we've dealt with massive cat tanks.
Well, let's also ask Johanna. Johanna's also quite familiar with magic. Maybe she'll have more insights too. Or Nigel.
Is it
Nigel
like
actually
a
would be the
circular
best.
kind of like bottom to it, or does it look, I'm imagining like a moving pear, like.
Well, and also this has all the planes, right? Like it's doing
Yeah, it said
shit
it
with the
was-
planes.
Yeah.
Right.
Mushroom Castle.
Oh no.
So this is in the castle.
Nice.
As Natasha.
That's the sort of shape of it. Yeah, it
It's
looks
like
like
a
a mushroom with a
little
spike
acorn.
on it.
I mean,
yeah,
as
it looks like an acorn.
Natasha, when I was looking at it, it looked like, you know, those images, those schematics of black holes for the bottom part. So it's like, ooh, but I don't know.
Yeah, this has a lot of tech stuff in it.
And, yeah.
Big open space, and
this
then
would
more
be-
tech stuff.
This would be
The
and
arc reactor.
It is similar to the arc reactor in the shape.
And I'm assuming, Lucina, you let us. Do you fill us in about this?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it was laid out.
And so they said it has to be multiple levels.
He implied that it's huge.
It's huge, yeah. So, but knowing this, whatever scale could be, he's guessed a building. But since you mentioned you saw there were planar notations in it when you looked at it the other day, I have to assume this is on a very, very big scale.
I'm just that information. I don't know if you ever went into the underbelly of the castle in the historic capital.
In Arcala?
Arcala, yeah. The castle was blown to smithereens, though, right?
The
2
top.
years ago.
Yeah.
One section of it was.
That was only the first few levels we were told
Right,
by the
but
spectral
wasn't-
guardian.
Wasn't there a thing about it, though, that the deeper you went, the
Don't go
fuckier
below.
shit got?
Yeah.
There was like over
Yeah, that's where
300 levels, if I'm guessing.
It was 100
yeah, I
levels.
forgot about
100
that.
It was 100, and I remember specifically
And
because
Morlos
it was like the
himself is
Stardew
on
Valley
the
dungeon.
bottom.
And wasn't something big at level 1? Or at the very bottom level?
Yeah, most of those demons were like,
I guess level 1
I
was the
remember the
Garistro
demons
that
they
we
were
fought.
in my shop.
I'm just thinking if there's this gigantic machine that deals with, planar fuckery that would be in a giant building. I could be wrong, and I often am, but it reminds me of the castle.
Mhm. I can see that.
I think it's trying to like drill down into the levels where.
didn't look like a drill.
Oh no. Okay.
But like,
This is the bottom part.
Oh. Okay.
In any event, I think these are good theories, but we should get the best minds on this to see if they can figure it out.
Yeah, when Nathaniel Stein's on the mend, we'll. That's right.
He knows a lot of
He
how it
is
works.
and apparently dimensions and toys.
And dimension, well, he
I
was
mean, I've
curious.
been working with him and talking with him regularly the past, year or so. He is quite helpful and quite knowledgeable.
Sometimes.
And a
He's a
good man.
level 2 wizard.
Well, also just a person to
Legendary.
talk to,
Legendary.
He's valid, and we will
I meant
protect him.
knowledgeable, not necessarily magic, but
Yeah, I mean, he's intelligent.
Yeah,
He has to
exactly,
be.
exactly. It's like talking to a professor.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of a
Weak
guy.
professor.
He is the guy.
Yes, we can ask Nathaniel Stein about the highly complex multi-planar machine
Built
that is
by a
the
god.
size of a building.
Maybe not this,
being
but,
built by
yeah.
God.
But hey, maybe Nathaniel knows someone.
Might
He's
have
done a
read
lot of
something.
he knows a lot of people.
So, are you asking any yes or no questions?
Today, Kieran.
That's the question that I have for you.
Yes.
Because you're going to have to start marching at some point.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
after
yeah.
this
We
bout,
gotta get moving.
you're going to get...
Well, I
get
can
moving.
ask a
He
question.
gave
while I
us
move.
5 days.
I did.
It's a lot of
It
time.
is a lot of time.
Okay, so the question that I wrote down is Shamash the only way to split apart Sorna and the Necromancer? But I don't know if there's a better way to phrase that anybody else wants to take a stab at.
I think that's great phrasing.
And that's okay. So that's question number 1. Shit, I need a new flowchart. You need a new murder board. I need a new flowchart. All right. Okay, great. So flowchart number 2 is Shamash the only way. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So if Shamash is the only way.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is, because we get 3.
If it's yes, ask if any of us have the capability to connect with Shamos, because assuming that yes,
Or
I think
do
it's
we
easier.
know anybody who does?
Yeah, I just feel like if that's a yes answer, it's easier to figure out if Shamos is the only way. It's easier to figure out questions from there than is for the no. But I'm
Well,
hoping
do we
it's
wanna
the
ask,
no.
Did we end up asking Weejoss if she should and or could do anything?
I have a question.
Sure.
Out of all of this,
Uh-huh.
how long did we take last time on your timer?
For 50 seconds?
50?
40 to 50 seconds?
Yeah, we cut
Okay.
it.
So we shouldn't just riff.
No. Especially not if we want.
I was just making sure.
Like,
Yeah.
especially if we want like specific questions and answers. But if Shamash is not the only way, I think the next question is: is there anything you Weejoss can / will do?
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Do we? I mean, we could throw Nathiel in there, or we could just talk to Nathiel when we see Johanna. But yeah.
Yes.
Still Johanna.
So Johanna, sorry, my friend Johanna.
Joanna.
Yeah, I have my
Well,
friend
she has an
Johanna.
actual friend. His
Yeah,
name is
and she's an
Johanna.
awesome DM. So yeah,
Johanna.
So I'm the only one who has an excuse. None of y'all do. I'm the one.
version.
But Johanna, yes.
German would be yo.
It would be, Johanna.
But yeah, that can hold off if we don't have any better questions to ask.
Is there anything we just can do? Do we want can or will? What's our verb here?
Can and will do.
Yeah.
A conjunction. All right.
Smart.
Best schooling my mother and father could pay for.
Well, that's one of us. All right. Actually, that's a lot.
You got good schooling,
My parents
too.
paid for excellent schooling. I just hated them.
All very literate.
So, okay. So then we have our second questions is, do we have the ability to connect with Shamash? Or if it's a no, is there anything we just can and will do to help split them apart?
What if it's a yes?
What do you mean?
That answer. What if the
That we can and will we just...
the first one?
Oh, so the first one, if it's a yes, it goes to, do we have the ability to connect with
right.
Shamash?
Okay.
And then we can do another yes-no split.
If
We take these things very seriously.
If it's no, the question is probably, do we know someone who can?
Yeah.
Someone else who can? And if the answer is yes, ask. Should we narrow it down more? Or should we say, is it through some sort of magic, like necrotic magic? Or
It has to be through magic. I think it's better to ask. Maybe we just go one by one. I feel like Huron would be the easiest, possibly.
I don't want to talk to that motherfucker.
I was about to say, well, that's true. Kieran already has enough gods, powerful beings.
New daddy.
Kieran will now have mom, mommy, daddy.
Mommy and Daddy have been fighting a lot.
What else is
Wait,
new?
I thought mommy was fear.
Mommy
true.
was here. Yeah. Mom and daddy.
Mom and Daddy are fighting a lot.
But I also thought daddy was Ernesto, so I'm like,
oh my god,
I am daddy for Ernesto.
Anyway, let's.
okay,
what are you doing?
do you have the ability to connect with Shamash? If yes,
Just ask one of us. You could put my
does
name
it
down.
involve praying to him? It's
Yeah, sure.
What?
Oh, is there a contract to work with him?
Would there be a cost?
There's 100% going to be a cost.
Of course, there's
Of
going to be.
course, there's going to be a cost, but
Do you know what the cost would be?
We can't add. That's not a yes or no. Well,
That is a
It
yes
is
or
yes
no.
or no, we just don't know
and
what
then
it is,
when
yeah.
when we get closer, we can ask what the cost is.
that's very smart, Kieran.
Sometimes I'm smart.
Wow.
very small man.
Weren't you the highest intelligence for a while in the group? Or at least pretty high?
I think
I
you
have the highest
still might
wisdom.
be the
Still
highest
does.
intelligence.
What's your intelligence,
That's
Kieran?
sad because my intelligence is a 14.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
never mind.
My intelligence is 14 too.
Such a smart group.
Book smart. World dumb.
Listen, my wisdom is an 18.
Yeah,
my
very-
wisdom is a
You're
20.
a very wise group, yeah.
My wisdom's also
smart. We're
20.
book smart.
Which is
Very
hilarious
wise.
because we can't ever pass wisdom.
So very wise.
Well, I can.
Well, we do with our advantage on our wisdom save.
Does
When
this
we have
help?
advantage.
All right, so questions.
Are we ready?
Almost.
Almost.
At the yes no, is there anything we just can do? What do we want to ask if if she says yes, that she can and will do something? Will you tell us when?
Yeah.
What type of intervention can you define?
I can't do what type.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will you tell us? Will you give us more details when Kieran divines at a later date?
Or I like the when will you tell us or when
Are we
will you
doing
tell us
the
when?
right
Tell
thing
us
here?
when the time comes.
Yeah.
Will you tell us when the time comes? Okay.
When the time comes.
When the time comes.
It's all happening at once.
Exactly.
Well, this is why we're not talking to you.
No.
And if it's no, is there anything we just can and will do if the answer is no?
Well, then fuck you.
Yeah.
Who can we go to?
Are we
for?
doing the right
Can
thing?
we go to
Should
someone
we
else?
ask someone
for
else?
help?
Yaren. So it's like, should we
Is
ask
there
Yaren?
another god we can go
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Good.
that isn't Shamos?
Yes.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's gonna be yes or no. But
Beautiful.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but then we know there's another god.
Like, can we plan our recon questions better than any plan?
Literally
we ever-
anything else.
Well, because at least our recon questions, we can keep them the
there's-
same.
There's less chance of things going
rather
around.
than like when we make a plan and it all goes to shit within the first 3 rolls.
Yeah.
Okay, is Shamash the only way to split Sorna and the Necromancer?
No.
Is there anything we just can and will do to help us split Sorna and the Necromancer?
Unclear.
God damn
Is there another god we can go to that isn't Shamash that could help split Shamash? I mean, it could help split Sorna and the Necromancer?
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Gee willikers, thanks.
I
Cool.
feel like in the divination, just a little bit of like, hey, we just why can't you?
Yeah, the divination, it's only one question, but it can help maybe provide more intel.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Screw
We
it.
need to get closer.
So once we get
Oh.
closer to this, I am really worried about this multi-tiered dimensional thing.
I mean,
I'm
probably
really
should be.
concerned about that.
Uh-huh.
I don't like my gut feelings.
Do we still have
Looks
one
like
stone we haven't
looks
gone
like
inside
a child's toy. I don't know
We
what
have
to tell
lots
you.
of stones we haven't gone inside of. We've only
We've
done
only
the
done
one.
one.
Yeah.
of? Did we want to try and do that before our next camp or no?
No.
I don't think we'll have time. We could have done that at like the start of the 5 days.
That's an interesting
You know,
point.
that would've been-
'cause-
Depending on how much we have to wait after
Yeah.
Benvenuto, we might be able to get another one before Cambiamento.
Yeah,
I mean,
if we're on
keeping
road,
the stones in the middle of an army is like last time we kept it with two bodyguards. So yeah, if we wanted to go inside them,
And I mean, if
maybe they have a cart.
That
put them on. Yeah, you just put the bag on the cart and we go inside.
if we're
be one
concerned
of
about
those.
the
Skidoo,
stone's
we can do.
safety, you all can go in, and I can hold on to them and protect them if that will be best.
Oh my! What a thought, Shar.
That's the same.
Oh, I listen. Well, about the originally going into this. Thing.
Oh.
I thought that was
Yeah.
originally your-
Oh, I see.
I was like, I didn't say that.
The original idea was yours.
It's just a thought. If we're concerned about what the stone's safety while we're traveling.
I think it's
I mean,
more
I'm
though
up
we don't
for
want to
it.
be hanging on to these in the likelihood that someone could get them back.
Yeah.
What happened to our bodies the last time we went in? We just like fully went into
Yeah,
the
you fully went
stone,
into the
right?
stones.
Yeah.
Blue Skidoo, we can too.
Yes.
Yes.
So like theoretically, if like one of these stones is going to take us say another day to get through and we have a 2-day march to the camp, we
Theoretically.
could theoretically have somebody carry the stone while we go in.
Yeah.
They will
In
walk us
theory.
to the camp
Yeah.
via
In
the
theory.
stone.
Yeah.
And we could
In theory.
get through it.
And I can also plane shift us into the stone, or you all into stone. Either way.
Yeah, the thing that the only thing I think might be helpful in that is that based on some of the scrying that we did, they have also been able to use their own divining powers on us.
Oh, of
we
course.
recently got the divination stone.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a good one to cancel out before we get to Cambiamento, especially if the necromancer
really good
has
idea.
been,
That's
Yeah.
a great
I
idea.
have her memories.
Yeah.
So
That's not a bad
So
idea.
it sounds like it just depends on what we're going to do with the stone.
We'll get to marching at some point.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's
You said this would
let's do that. Let's find somebody to carry these. Well,
All this episode was you do information gather and figure out what you're doing.
So we
and-
can have someone carry them while they march, and we'll just
Or I can
Do it in
carry
the
them,
midtime?
whatever you all think is best.
whatever you want.
I'm good either.
As you say that, a horn plays. The army is mustering.
oh man.
A mustering army.
You have half a day's walk today, and then 2 more days.
Can you do this?
I mean, I trust Lucina, but also it would be good to have her help too.
I'm assuming we're not going to go into the thing to. Oh no.
No, we
No,
should.
We should go.
We should.
Well, but
yourself as
Kieran,
much
how
time as
tapped out are
possible.
you now?
Yeah, we did a lot of divination and yes or no's.
Yeah, whatever spells you just cast, it would be the 2, or it would be
The divining.
Yeah.
Or
Divining and
the
scrying.
communing. The communing.
the communing and the scrying.
I mean, if you want to do communing again, you can see if it's a good idea
Could we
for
have
the
put
stone
the
for
scrying
someone
on like
else?
an
I think
earlier day?
we've
and
just
then
decided that
the
we're gonna do that.
communing
everything
today?
except for the Ramnash one, because
Okay,
that was
okay,
way
okay.
later.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
1 scrying and 1 commune, you'd be out.
Okay. I just don't know how like fucked that makes you.
Not that.
Okay.
I'm just out of 5.
So we could theoretically go
Vibes.
into the stone,
Yeah.
like get set
In
up, get somebody
theory.
to carry us and go
Yeah.
in.
I think, Lucina, it's up to you to whether or not you want to join
Yeah, I
into the
think it's
stone
up to
with us or
Lucina.
not.
Oh, in that case, actually, wait, I have a spell for this. Oh my goodness, I closed my iPad. Like, shut open. If it's within the next 30 minutes, I can do this.
Which stone are you thinking of? Just so I know what the
Divination.
Because we have what? Divination, and we have the exploding one.
Evocation
Thank
and
you.
illusion.
Yes, divination is the one I don't have as much.
I'm gonna cast.
Yeah, because we just got it, the most recent
That's
one.
okay. I can figure it out.
I just figured that whichever
Really?
one that Salvador gave us is probably one we should like nip in the butt
it totally
real
makes
quick.
sense,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, she probably
I
spilled
have-
the beans.
Augury, and I'm gonna
Throwing some
take
bones?
out. I'm gonna take out. It's mixed with animal bones and like runes carved on wood, and I am going to ask. Which one do I want to do? The positive or the negative? I am going to ask. Oh, sorry. I got it. It moved away. Like I need to see how it's phrased because it's different than the yes or no questions. Okay.
Oh my god. It is.
I'm only trying to play
A specific course of action that you
Specific
plan to
course of
take within
action.
the next 30 minutes.
I will say the specific course of action is us leaving the stone with the general or someone else that Lucina really, really trusts and her going in there as opposed to her holding onto the stone.
Okay.
Good.
So you're asking
For a specific course of action,
what might
Lucina
happen
going in.
if you go in. Okay.
Yeah.
As opposed to her
opposed to
being
starting
the
out and
watcher,
guarding.
yeah.
Okay. You do not receive anything,
Great.
Really? Not even with
which is one of the 4 options.
results that aren't especially good or bad?
Yep.
Okay.
Your choice.
It's just, good idea, but there's...
Yeah.
Well-
Johanna isn't still here, is she?
No, we
we
haven't
haven't
even
met
gotten
her
there
yet.
yet.
Not
Oh,
met
right.
up
She was
with
just
her.
in the
We still gotta meet her.
Well, in that case, as Natasha, I can't resist.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Sure.
right.
Who are
You
you
go with
leaving
the
the stone
general.
with then? The general?
Imagine.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like,
Don't touch
what?
it. Don't touch it with your
damn,
flesh.
all right. I'm protecting it then, just in case something terrible happens.
Yes, we will.
Ideally, we will come out of it at some point.
Yes, the last time we did this, nothing awful happened.
Okay.
The only thing that we might need to be aware of is that when we do break the connection within the stone, the big they, will feel it.
All right. Well,
But we're already heading into
seems
the camp, so
important.
they already know. So
I was told about the conjuration one from Johanna, so this seems important. If this is what you need to do, then this is what you need to do.
this will hopefully prevent them from being able to see as clearly what we have been doing.
I will put my top guard on it.
Thank you.
Yay. Make sure it's someone you trust.
Yes, I trust my top guard.
Bruce could do. We can do.
This was the same day you
As
were scrying, right? Or no?
adds to the
no, they're
What's
with
he
they're with Nigel.
Oh, okay.
They're in his group.
Oh, cool.
The army begins to move out.
Bruce could do. We can do.
Almost.
The army was well fed. I made sure of that.
Oh, I
That
did
was
too.
nice of you, Nala.
Good berry for days.
I've never heard of that spell.
It's a rather low level spell. Like, it's nice.
It just provides food for a day.
Oh, also, if you eat one berry, it gives you 1 hit point.
Yes. The army marches, and you. How are you getting in the stone?
How did we do it last time?
Use
went
the
with
necklace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Kieran
technically
thing.
don't
Just do
have
that
the
because it doesn't
spell-
need a spell slot.
Yeah, and I don't have plane shift spell prepared, unfortunately, today. I was planning on doing it tomorrow, but if you want to do it
Well, no, we
We
want to
always-
save our
got it.
slots.
I know. I was just saying.
We always
Yeah, no,
rely on
Kieran's
that
got it anyways.
Make an intelligence check.
Guidance on that motherfucker.
No. Oh, guidance. I have
Yeah.
guidance. Guidance.
What does that add?
D4.
D4.
Nice.
D4.
Why do you have 2d4s? No.
I don't have it.
Yeah,
I'm telling Natasha.
Yeah, I have guidance right in my hand because I kept forgetting it last time. Well, every helps.
15.
Just what you need.
Oh.
So you,
Yikes.
Thanks, Ed.
Nice.
and on the screen we see the general wrap up the stone, put it on a cart, and like make sure it's there, and tell his guys to keep watch and make sure nothing happens with this stone. And the army marches out, and we will figure out what's in the divination stone next time.
I'm going in a stone!
Congratulations.
That was a great idea.
Oh
That
my
is
god,
a
I did
yeah,
not, I did
amazing
not think
idea.
about that
Emily,
at
that
all.
was
So
great.
smart.
Why walk when we can be carried? Let's multitask this.
Like,
bitch.
why waste 2 days walking?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We did not. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to keep that thought to myself.
Yeah, I just have to make sure that I have enhanced ability because I used that on Kieran.
All right. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent time.
Bye.